Hello and welcome, everyone. Thank you very much for joining us for another episode of Foundry Virtual Tabletop Presents A House Divided, an adventure that our team worked really hard to create, that we love, that we're just getting a chance to play outside of our playtesting for the first time. And I'm joined by a really fantastic group of folks to help us explore Raventree Estate and experience all of the amazing things that we built, and probably take them in new and unexpected and horrifying directions that will be fun to see what happens. I am Andrew. I am the host and game master, and I'm joined by some really wonderful and talented folks. Catieosaurus will hopefully be able to join us in just a little bit, but maybe running a bit behind. And but yeah, for everyone else, let's go ahead and start with a round of personal intros, and then we'll get into a quick character intro and a recap of what happened last time. So we can go down the list, and we'll go to Noir next, and you can let everyone know who you are and where they can find you, and anything else you want to share.
Hello, everybody. I'm Noir. I go by he, they. You have to forgive me. I've been very under the weather for the last couple of days here, so if you hear me hack a lung, please forgive me. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Hive, and also my website, the Noir Enigma. You can get some pretty cool merch there. I do other things, but I'm lazy and my voice hurts right now, so I'm gonna pass it on.
Yeah, you and several of us, I think, all sort of battling the winter crud. Speaking of which, I'll pass it down to Scarlett.
Speaking of which, hi, I'm Scarlett. Absolutely not dealing with winter crud at all. I'm a content creator here on Twitch. I stream D&D actual plays and DJ sets, and I am also an artist. I do Dungeons & Dragons illustrations, as well as overlays, badges, and other graphics for Twitch streamers. And I just opened an Etsy shop where you can get full, all-in-one packages for streaming. So check that out.
Yeah, I saw one of the streaming kits you posted on Twitter. It looked really nice.
Thank you. I'll be making lots more, so keep your eye out on that.
Cool stuff. All right, we have Zentt.
Hi, yeah, I'm Zentt or Zentt7 on all the social stuffs. I DM, I stream occasionally. I co-wrote a book for 5th edition as far as side stuff, but yeah, I'm just here to play my flute and hang out.
Yeah, and that's been the cause of some trouble, at least so far. We'll see. Last but certainly not least, we have Russell.
Hello, I'm Russell. I'm an active developer in the Foundry community, and I generally go by Moo Man in the Discord. So yeah, I'm ready to play some D&D.
All right, awesome. Well, I'll give a quick recap of what happened last time, and then we can play our cool character intro pre-roll footage as we jump into the action. But before that, a refresher of what happened on episode 1 of House Divided. The party forged a friendship in the academy where they were studying the various magical arts or had connections with people studying there, when one amongst this group of friends, Alphonse, received a mysterious and unexpected correspondence, a letter from someone that he did not know but claimed to have very clear knowledge of Alphonse's past. The letter outlined that Alphonse was the scion, the inheritor to an ancient and a House Corvinaris, a bloodline with storied history and self-described as a potent lineage. Evidently, Alphonse has been a person of some interest, whoever wrote the letter for some time, who charged Alphonse with the task of attending to them at the town of Ferncombe, a small hamlet shortly outside, a short distance away from Raventree Estate, the ancestral home of this house. Upon arriving in Ferncombe, the party met with this curious individual named Ari, who identified themselves as a servant of the house and who had some perspectives on the tidings that had happened there near 20 years ago, when all of the family that was gathered for a great remembrance celebration and ceremony mysteriously disappeared, leaving no trace, leaving the house derelict, abandoned, and in ruins, a place of mystery and peril and danger that the local townsfolk of Ferncombe would stay away from and tell stories to warn others away from trespassing upon the ruined estate. However, this was the path set before the party, as Alphonse, his direction received from Ari is to figure out what has happened to the family, to specifically to learn something about exactly what may be going on, learn the truth of the events that happened, and some cryptic information about seals and sigils, something that has not yet quite been made clear, but aside from the fact that Alphonse somehow, his bloodline holds the key to it. Thankfully, Alphonse is not alone in this endeavor, and with his trusty companions, Maze, the Genasi druid, Abigail, the studious conjuration wizard, Charlotte, the enigmatic and charismatic artificer, and Vlad, the determined and potent fighter, all allies that Alphonse could call upon to aid in this quest. For various reasons, they agreed to come along. And so the party entered the ruined manor of Raventree Estate, finding it to be, as described, derelict, abandoned, no trace of inhabitation, but also significant trace of mysterious and perhaps supernatural occurrences. They encountered a spirit that was cursed to remain within the estate, always perpetually waiting to be admitted to the party, someone who had been a guest of the remembrance ceremony long past. They encountered a spirit of perhaps a servant of the house that seems somehow trapped in his past behaviors, walking through the halls as if things are happening that certainly are not. This specter has appeared several times. And most recently, at the end of our last session, in the dance hall of the manor, the haunting music that was audible just beyond the veil of perceptibility is something that Maze picked up on and began with his own instruments performing. And by reinforcing the music that was playing in the dance hall, it summoned forth several spectral dancers that were cursed to remain within this place for some reasons that the party has not yet discovered. And that is where we left off, the party face to face with these spectral dancers, these foes that appeared and to have some potentially malevolent interest in the party's presence. So, before we jump in to that encounter, which is where we left off our game session, we will run some footage that introduces everyone to the player characters, and then we will jump straight into the action. Take it away. And welcome back. Let's get into it. These characters are ready to face one of their first perils of the ruined Raventree Estate, as what has happened here is that you are within the dance hall of the manor when these spectral dancers have emerged, almost coaxed out by the music that Maze is playing. At first, the dancers appear to be somewhat tranquil and as if they are enjoying the moment of their waltz, which you can now hear clearly at the distance of your memory. It is lilting and somewhat discordant, as if it is being played incorrectly in a way. This kind of distant orchestra plays music, but the sound is faint and far away. The tempo is unsettling, as though the musicians can't decide if it should be played fast or slow. It is detuned and disjointed, despite Maze's best efforts. As the music reaches an audible volume, it seems to heighten in intensity the more that Maze plays. The dance floor blooms with a dozen dancers waltzing around as they keep time, or try to the disjointed music. These swirling figures fade in and out of existence around the room as they begin to pirouette and spiral and circle about you. The haunting display is at first fleeting when the otherworldly, it's not quite beauty, but there is a certain elegance to it, is shattered by a loud jeering overhead, followed by the whistle and crash of something heavy being thrown from the mezzanine balcony above. It shatters at your feet as a shimmer catches your eye. It looks to be something that was formerly made of glass, now myriad fragments upon the floor. A shimmering figure flits to and fro, 20, 30 feet above the ground in the gloom overhead. It is currently above the dais in the west side of the room. These ghostly figures take notice of you eventually as they come further and further into being, and as they do, suddenly their waltzing stops. And the demeanor of these dancers changes to something more menacing. As they turn towards you, it reveals a visage that is cruel and cold, long, elongated hands reaching out to you as if they are inviting, nay, insisting that you join their interminable waltz. With that, you realize that this is a hazard that is not going to be dissuaded by conversation or other trickery, and I am going to need everybody to roll initiative. I have added you all to
First
the
nat
combat
20 of the
tracker.
game.
Woo! Nicely done.
Oh, I have no idea what I rolled because it was hidden.
It wasn't bad.
These do not appear to be the friends that you have been seeking.
Damn.
I'll roll for Charlotte, and then Vlad, if you can roll me initiative on the combat tracker, the crossed swords, if you click the D20 icon to the right of your character.
Ah, okay, I see you here. Cross swords.
I just want to say the effect of them like moving in the circle around while you were talking, that was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, for real. Here we go.
All right. Everyone is in. That brings us first to Abigail. You are the fastest to react as you see one of these pairs of dancers turn, arms outstretched as if to grasp at Maze or Charlotte. the others kind of swirling around the dance hall as if they're planning their next move the next time their pirouetting dance brings them nearby one of you. What would you like to do?
I would like, first of all, Abigail screams and darts into the corner and, clutching her heart, she has these like floating like crystal orbs, and she yells in an arcane language, and out of the orbs little forms kind of like escape out, and a fey spirit will appear, and it's going to, let me see how far I can summon it. Well, let me just cast a spell. She casts Summon Fey Spirit, and the range is 90 feet. Okay, wonderful. Can I drag my spirit right up down there?
Yes, you can control it. I've just pulled out which variety of spirit are you conjuring?
I will do the fuming.
Okay, I think I guessed well then. Your spirit emerges, taking the form.
I'm gonna put it right there.
Yeah, you should maybe just double check me on this, but you should be able to move it around yourself. Yeah, perfect.
Got it.
All right, and so that is going to it shares your initiative count. Okay.
Right. But he acts after me, so after I do all my shit, then it'll be his turn. But that's all that Abigail can do right now. She just kind of, and you hear a little Svirfneblin squeak.
Oh my.
And this Fey spirit, well, the chat can decide what it looks like because I haven't really considered it. And will it get a flanking advantage?
Yes, it will. It counts as an ally, so it isn't like incorporeal or anything. So it is a creature that is now flanking this dancer that between you and Maze. Although the question is, Maze, do you have a melee weapon in your hands? Or a weapon of some kind?
I was playing the flute, but as they attacked, I probably would be going for my sickle.
Sure.
If they're like trying to grab at me. But...
Yeah, sure. I think you can still have your flute in one hand if you wish, of course. But yeah, so you have the sickle. So of course, yes. In that case, the spirit is flanked by.
And that is what it has +2 to attack, or has -2 to its
a decrease
AC.
to its armor class is the way that I play that. It's more of a house rule that I use instead of advantage. So yeah.
Excellent.
You can just make your attack rolls as normal, and then I will adjust the creature's armor class behind the scenes.
Then it immediately pulls out its little, I don't know, Peter Pan dagger, and I believe it only gets one attack at this level, so it's going to make a short sword attack.
All right. First attack roll. Oh my gosh. My gosh.
Wait, I just got 2 nat 20s in a row.
You did.
Okay.
Whoa.
Okay.
Whoa. What? Oh, Abigail feels so much more confident. This little Peter Pan Fey boy. Let's roll. Critical hit. Damn. Damage.
Woo!
So
It
it's
is-
6 piercing and, wow, that's a pretty bad roll. 4 force damage.
Okay.
I don't know if it counts as magical.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering is
It
whether
doesn't say magical, so I'm guessing it doesn't count as magical. But the force
perhaps
damage
not
is
magical damage, but part of it is force, which is important. So I will let you know that the creature does appear to partially shrug off the blow, but there's a cacophonous kind of impact of force as the short sword slams into it, particularly given the formidable nature of this blow. So that is going to be 9 physical and 4 force, so 4 and 4, 8 points of damage to the creature after resistances. Nicely done.
And that will be my turn.
Okay. That brings us to dancer number 1, who is going to turn with menace and advance towards Maze with arms outstretched. Let's see here. All right, it's going to reach out and make a ghostly touch attack against you. Does a 10 hit? I assume it does not.
No, it does not.
Yeah, the creatures are sort of shambling and slightly uncoordinated as they reach out to grasp you, but it's going to kind of keep moving and try and kind of swirl around to get at you from the other side. That will end its turn for now. It is your turn, Maze, as you are flanked by two of these creatures.
One on either side. Oh no.
Oh no.
So this room, it was like a 20-foot high ceiling, and then the portion past the piano was just completely gone, open to the sky.
Yeah, so the ceiling is around 30 feet above.
Okay.
There is a mezzanine balcony that encircles the room about 20 feet up.
Okay.
And the balcony is partially collapsed, mostly collapsed on the east side of the room, but on the west side of the room it is more traversable, and that up there on that balcony is where this other sort of glowing figure seems to be cackling madly.
The temptation to just bring the building down.
I have a question for you on your turn, which is somewhat important. Are you continuing to play music?
See, that's the thing that I was kind of debating. I'm between, massive explosions and, having fun with them. I think I am going to have fun with them. I'm going to take the dodge action and keep up the song as I'm going. And let's see, the 5-foot squares. And
I have to say, I think if you're really trying to perform here, that would be an active performance that would require your action to do.
Okay.
So it would be an alternative to dodging. You could either dodge or play music or do something else, but...
Then... why not go all in? Then I'm going to continue playing, and I am just going to do my best not to get hit.
Oh my. Okay. Yeah. Why don't you roll me a performance check?
Yeah. Proficient in the instrument, but not the performance. Awesome. Okay, here we go. Charisma, normal to the GM. There we go.
Okay. Despite the looming specters that seem to be reaching out towards you, you, with some determination, keep up the rhythm of the waltz and you reinforce it. And where there are some discordant or mistimed beats, you impose a little bit more structure and rhythm. And it seems that you have the full attention of these creatures as they are dancing to the tune of your flute at the moment. And that brings us to Charlotte. Unfortunately, Kate has not been able to join just yet, and so I don't normally like sort of puppeting player characters in combat, but I certainly will for a little bit in this situation. Charlotte will, in the interest of not being flanked, use an action to disengage. And maybe seeing the Fey spirit as a source of some protection and getting under the balcony to get away from the Waltz Geist, she can move over here. And I think she'll probably hold her bonus action at the moment. Unfortunately, I don't know her character quite well enough to be at her most effective, so at the moment I'm going to make sure that she keeps herself safe. The dancer between the Fey Spirit and Maze is going to make an attack at you, Maze. You are, of course, flanked at the moment, and hopefully that will work in its favor.
Katie's here.
Oh, we have someone who's arrived.
We have a
We
chair.
have Doggo Cam, perhaps.
Doggo Cam.
I might continue for now, but I might sort of fit her into the turn order in a moment, as once she's available. Your armor class reduced by 2. Does a 14 hit?
It meets it and beats it. Yeah.
Unfortunate. Okay, in that case, you suffer.
You suffer.
6 points of necrotic damage. And
I thought you weren't gonna say anything else.
Yes,
Just you suffer.
You just suffer.
However, you also feel suddenly a powerful compulsion to join this creature in dance. As it grasps you and begins to carry you away to the tune of the music, you are welcomed to the dance, and you feel, to a certain extent, the need to join, although you have free will to choose. This dancer over here is going to waltz over to Vlad and try and embrace the hobgoblin and bring him to the dance. But an 8, I suspect.
I don't dance, pal.
Yeah, is not going to do it.
It's not my tempo, not my boogie. I don't like this.
This dancer is going to swirl around, and another one is going to try and convince you to join. 16?
Nah.
Mm,
My AC is 20.
that's not the way that he does it.
I don't. I appreciate being asked.
Mm. It is a great invitation, but not one that you're prepared to accept. Hello, Miss Kate. I hope you're well.
Today I learned a valuable lesson about time zones. Do you know that they exist? That's just the craziest thing in the whole world. It's just
And they're the worst.
sometimes
Yeah.
it's 7 o'clock one place and 8 o'clock in another place, and that's just wild to me. Hello, everybody.
Well,
We're
hello.
so happy you're
I'm
okay
really
though.
embarrassed. I'm really
No
sorry.
embarrassment.
Thank
No
you
worries.
for waiting for me. I
We're very
appreciate
happy
it.
to have you here, and I've actually just sort of clumsily taken a turn on Charlotte's behalf, and
Well,
so
that's fine. I'm sure
what-
you still did better than what I
no,
was.
no, no. What I suggest to do is that I'm just gonna rewind Charlotte for a moment. You were somewhere over here, and I'll let you take your turn now because I didn't really do anything. I just kind of disengaged and moved you away a little bit.
To safety.
Okay.
The situation.
Thanks.
Does anyone recall where she was? Maybe I don't.
Yeah, I think she was like either here or.
Oh yeah, she was more. Yeah, that's right. You were more in a sort of endangered position, and so we'll put you back there and say it is your turn now, as these spectral dancers are swirling around and trying to grasp you and Vlad and Maze and oops, not that one. I didn't mean to do that. Let's go back. That was the wrong button.
Oh, that's
cool
that's
though.
cool.
Okay, I
Cool,
wasn't
though, but
expecting
not
them
what
to
I
move,
was
and I got
thinking.
spookied, so it's okay.
But yes, they're trying to kind of grasp at you, and it looks like Maze is just been kind of drawn into the dance himself.
Okay.
You're not actually flying. I'm just keeping mind.
Oh,
of it.
that's fine. Okay.
So yeah, so Charlotte, what would you like to do on your turn?
I actually think I'm going to just go with your excellent DM instincts. I think I'm going to cut over to kind of like in this little area right here, just over here a little bit, and hang out with Maze and see if I can't sort of get my what lay of the land, what's
Yeah,
going
sure.
on.
For
Do they
your-
look like they're in some sort of like pattern? Do they look like they're doing like, like a ballroom dance attacks? Like, just kind of like keep an eye, but like not engage right away.
Yeah, they are all swirling around and dancing to the sort of off-pace and strange and slightly discordant rhythm of the kind of ethereal music that's resonant throughout the chamber. Maze is determinedly playing on and reinforcing the tune and the rhythm, and that seems to be imposing a certain degree of order on proceedings. But Maze has just been grasped by the pair of dancers here, just to the south of your location, and they're trying to kind of carry him away into the swirling throng.
Can I grab Maze by the shoulder? And just be like, "Nah, we're not. Nah, not with them. Nah, you stay here. You stay right here."
You
type of deal.
certainly may.
Okay.
To be clear, it's not like they have him physically grabbed,
Mhm.
but there's something about their posture, almost like they're standing, like inviting him to join the waltz, and he seems for a moment to be considering it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to just put my hand very firmly on Maze's shoulder and just say, "I don't think this is the type of dance you ought to join, mate."
Okay.
Which I'm pretty sure is my character voice. I'm like 90%
I'm
sure.
still
That
trying
was
to
the
remember
one,
mine
yeah.
too.
Low key, I've still been trying to remember mine.
That was it. Vlad, you have 2 more turns to figure it out. And we're
I
coming to
haven't
the
even
end.
delivered any lines. I'm just like, Abigail makes noises. And then
Scream.
Oh.
All right. Well, Charlotte, these dancers are going to come and try and sort of get into formation with the diagonal crisscross. It's a local dancing custom that you recognize. This is a certain formation that's frequently used in ballroom soirees, and they're going to grasp out at you and try and coax you into joining their circulation. A 21. Does that hit your armor class?
Oh, yeah, I'd say a bit.
All right. I'm afraid to say that you sustain 6 points of necrotic damage, and you too suddenly reconsider, as if you feel perhaps dancing might be a good idea. You don't
Point
have
order,
to.
Do
You
they
have-
get disadvantage because I put in earplugs before this?
I do
She
remember.
did.
that,
I
yeah.
remember. She
Did
I
did.
you?
put
did. I made
earplugs in.
earplugs out
She
of
did.
my skirt.
Remember, she cut off her skirt and she put them in her ears, and she was like,
Yeah.
"Boys."
Okay, here's what I would say. I would say that does not give them disadvantage on the attack roll, but there may be a roll coming up where the fact that you have earplugs in would in fact make a difference. So thank you for reminding me about that.
I would
I
like
was really
to,
proud of myself for remembering.
I would actually like to cast Silvery Barb, so they do have disadvantage on that.
Ooh, silvery barbs. Is that like a reaction?
Yep.
Cool.
Here, let's see if I can put it in the thing again.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm still learning.
What
All right.
are you?
I am a problem. Oh no, I'm a arcade knight.
Okay. So the creature has succeeded on the attack roll, and it's going to force them to re-roll the attack. That is most frustrating.
I'm trying
That's
to put it in the thing, but I can't. Cast spell. Yeah.
There you
Is that
go.
how-
That's the one.
There it is.
There it is. All right. They will attempt their attack again to see if they can actually hit Charlotte the way they'd intended to. 12. In this case, I think misses.
Yes, that will not hit.
What is it that like describe to me these silvery barbs, Vlad? Like what is it that your magic does? What does it look like? What does it force
So-
the dancers to do?
I think Vlad just sees a reality where she gets whacked. It goes, don't just stand there, duck. And I think so. He sees it just a second before it happens, and is able to kind of shake them out of their stupor to get them to duck.
Nice. So like a combination of your magic afflicting the dancer and then also kind of encouraging Charlotte to instinctually duck away from the blow. Charlotte, you narrowly avoid the dancer sort of sweeping you off into their waltz. Well played, Vlad. There is another dancer, however, that has taken interest in things, and they particularly note that there's someone who is not adequately joined the throng. So they're going to bring Alphonse into play here by trying to grasp the sorcerer and pull him into the dance. But a 6 is a most disappointing attempt. They will move another square, though, with the remaining movement to get into a little bit of a different position. And that brings us to Vlad. You are somewhat surrounded by spectral dancers who are trying to pull you into this dancing melody.
Alright, so for the second part of Silvery Barbs is I give one creature disadvantage and I give another creature advantage. I'm gonna be that creature that gets advantage.
Okay.
And Flurb, this is probably stupid. This is probably real dumb. Yeah, this is real dumb time, but I'm gonna take my attacks of opportunity. So if they want to swing at me, they can. So I can run up here.
Yes, absolutely. I will do that, but I want to make sure that there is an aspect of the scenario that you understand here is that this ghost here is 25 feet up on a balcony that is above you. Now, if that maybe changes your plan or not, I just wanted to make sure you're aware of that before you commit.
25 feet. Hold on, I have to do that stupid
I'll
math.
get levitate.
Yeah, so
next
basically, like,
spell,
what's happening
next
is
level.
there's like a balcony, this like white box. There's like a balcony overhead, and that this other specter is up there.
Okay, you know what? Then he's not gonna do that just yet. He wants to, but I think this is the first guy that swung at me. So I'm gonna swing back at him.
Okay.
You just gotta let him know, like, hey, buddy, when somebody tells you they don't dance, it's best to respect that. You know, it's just trying to make me do it by force. That's not cool.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go ahead and attack. It is a public roll and it is an advantage.
Yeah. Oh, nice dice. 15 does hit their armor class.
Yay! So how do I do the damage now? 1 second, I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. In the chat log where the longsword card is, there's a damage button. Or if you're using it with two hands, you can do versatile.
I was just using the one hand because I have a shield of the
Got
other.
it. Yeah.
Oh, there's the card. I didn't see that.
Ooh, maximum roll.
So 12 points of damage on the first attack. And second attack, which is normal.
Mm-hmm. Your longsword carves through this spectral figure. 20 definitely hits. You get the sense that it is, to some extent, dissipated or wounded by your blow, but not perhaps as much as you expected, given the strength of your slash. It's taken half damage from your attack.
Yeah, I figured that. Alrighty, that's because I don't have one of those special blades.
For the second blow, actually, after you have successfully wounded it with the first attack, for the second blow, it's going to use a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And with its reaction, it gains... it actually, as your blade passes through it, it disappears into ethereal smoke. You're unsure of whether your blade dealt damage or not, but either way, as your blow passed through the specter, it disappears.
You see a look of, like, confusion on Vlad's face, and he just kind of looks at everybody like, ta-da?
You may have destroyed it, but your fighter's instincts tell you that no, this was something deliberate that it did to gain some sort of tactical advantage.
I don't love that for me. So I guess the only thing that I can do about it, because I'm so frustrated, is to action surge and hit this guy. So I'm gonna do that.
You turn around, and as you lay into the other, behind you, the dancer does reappear as soon as you turn around and target a different creature.
I knew it, you sneaky! But I am gonna go through with the attacks.
Yeah, you do have to. Yeah, you have to target a different creature here. 23 hits.
Okie dokie. Here's the damage.
All right, 3 points of damage.
And the last attack here.
Your dice are cool.
Thank you. It's all Foundry. I didn't do anything special.
Those are cool.
And that's 9, so we well, okay, there's one last thing I'd like to do here. I'm so sorry this turn is taking forever.
That's okay. No. This is your moment, man. Make the most of it.
All right. So I rolled a 9 in total to hit. I would like to use Fortune from the mini.
Okay.
Does it show up here? Basically, because I'm a hobgoblin, if I ever fail at something in front of my friends, I can try it again with a bonus.
All right.
So my
you did miss with that attack, and so yes, you can roll
miss
again.
an attack. You can draw on your bonds of reciprocity to gain a bonus on that roll. For
Okay.
the number
so
of
you get a
allies that
plus
can.
3 to the roll, which brings it to 12.
Yes. Does
12.
that help?
12 is the armor class, and so
Hey!
it becomes a hit. Well played, sir.
So it's like I did not miss. Nobody saw that.
Through sheer force of will, you redirect your slash at the final moment and deal 5 more points of damage to the creature that, like its peer, as your second attack carves through it, it disappears from view.
Ta-da! And that's my turn.
All right. Alphonse, you see Vlad looking momentarily askance as first one flickers out of existence and then the other. The dancer to the left of him does reappear a mere moment later, as if it were perhaps using the window of opportunity to avoid Vlad's blow. What would you like to do?
So I'm going to step in, assess the situation. I look up at this Waltz Geist with a withering gaze.
The spirit up on the balcony is in tattered clothing, a long surcoat that is now mostly ripped to shreds of spectral energy. He has a strange sort of hat and is carrying a baton that he's gesturing with madly.
I simply look at him and I utter the words Kaiketast.
Oh my goodness.
And he needs to save or be blinded.
Oh man, this is one of those spells. It's like, it just happens, doesn't it? There's nothing for me to even do here.
Well, yeah, the Constitution does throw, but what's good
Is
about
it right now, or is it... Oh, it is... No, okay, it is an immediate saving throw. Okay, I was like, I couldn't remember if there was a saving throw immediately or not. Let's attempt. See. 11. No, it is not of hardy constitution, and so it is afflicted by which condition?
Blinded.
Okay.
Or blind.
Indeed, it is blind. All right.
To pull out my dagger as well, and I'm gonna black flame blade.
Oh man.
And I think I just need to attack.
Question.
Yeah.
Is that like a reskinning of the cantrip?
Green flame.
Okay. Okay. Just making sure that I wasn't mistaken. So yes, go for it. Which spirit are you attacking? Okay, yes, that hits.
Okay, so this one always confuses me. So, the one I hit, it does normal plus 1d8.
Yeah, normal plus 1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
No, I think the second one gets the spellcasting modifier.
Oh, yes. You're right. The primary target is 1d8, and the secondary is 1d8 plus your spellcasting. Good call out. Thank you. So I assume that the secondary is the one just to the south?
Yes.
Okay. So
So
the
the first
primary
one-
target takes 6 piercing and 5... Is it fire damage?
Yes.
Okay. It is resistant to that, and so it will take 5 damage overall.
Oh, it's resistant to fire too.
So it would seem.
And the next one takes the
1d8 plus your spellcasting modifier.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so another 5 points of damage to the second target. Nicely done.
And it's my turn.
Let's do... I'll go back to the dance hall one. Okay, the Waltz Geist. This creature that was cackling madly from above on the balcony, it's going to see what it can do while unable to see. Well, not a lot, as it would so happen to be. So you've done a good job of sabotaging it for now. It will swoop down using its fly speed into the middle of the room without seeing anyone in particular. It's going to just swoop in, and it will activate repulsion. Every creature within 10 feet is assaulted by powerful waves of kinetic energy. That, I believe, will be Vlad, Charlotte, Maze. The three of you need to take a strength saving throw for me, please. You can do that by clicking the strength saving throw button in the chat log.
That is, my specialty.
Cool. Right.
Mine's too.
All right. Vlad is hardy and strong, and you resist the attack. However, the others, Charlotte and Maze, you both take 5 points of bludgeoning damage as objects there's like a blast wave of force as telekinetic shards of rubble and rock and everything kind of spray outwards and slam into you. You also are pushed back by the blast. Charlotte, you're knocked to the other side as you just straight through the spectral dancers, and Maze back to here as you are blasted backwards. With its remaining movement, of which is 10 feet, the Waltz Geist will gain altitude to 15 feet elevation. That brings us to the top of the round, and Abigail, it is your turn. The music continues to swell. Maze, you've taken damage. I'm actually going to ask you to make a concentration check.
Cool.
I know you're not concentrating on a spell, but I'm interested in whether you're able to hold the melody. Or you can choose to fail if you wish not to.
I'm gonna try it, but I'm not gonna be torn up if it doesn't work.
That succeeds. You are able to concentrate and continue your playing as all this is happening. Abigail, it's your turn.
Abigail's thinking, what is that windbag doing? So the Waltz Geist, the big one, just floated up 15 feet?
Yeah, it's floating around kind of, and I should have done this on its turn, but at the end of its turn, it is going to try and save again from the blindness. Let's see if it can take that off. No, it can't. So it is sort of circling around. It's as if it can't really. It's looking around to see if it can see anything, and it can't. And it's instead just kind of cackling madly and swirling its baton in rhythm to the waltzing melody.
I don't know what his eyes looked like before, but now they're like black smoke kind of issuing from it.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's something good or bad.
Yeah.
Abigail is surrounded by baddies. She is going to Misty Step because she doesn't like being so close to all these mean little boys and girls. She's gonna hide behind the piano and kind of like duck under it.
Okay, nice.
Then she is, while kind of like poking out, is going to cast let me find it. Ray of Frost, which is a cantrip.
Yep, gotcha.
At this one.
Cool. Yes,
25?
that is absolutely a hit.
Excellent. So this will also reduce its movement speed 10 cold damage and reduce its movement speed by 10 feet.
One thing that you're gathering as you observe the attacks of your party members is these creatures seem to be resistant to most types of elemental or mundane physical damage. As it is resistant to cold, it does take 5 points of damage. But the movement speed penalty certainly applies.
Gotcha.
As you see the spinning, dancing maneuvers that this pair of dancers is making start to visibly slow.
Okay. She's gonna kind of like try and take cover behind this piano. And her face spirit sees question. If I have advantage on an attack from a spell or an effect, and then also flank, do those effects
Yes,
stack?
that's one of the nice aspects of this flanking house rule, is since it's a penalty to armor class, you can combine that with advantage to have a sort of extra bonus.
Gotcha. So my face spirit is going to face step right here, which will give it
Ooh.
advantage on its next attack.
Yeah, it would.
And it's going to attack this guy, flanking it with Vlad.
I will.
Hmm?
I am curious whether Fey Step is something that it does. Is that as like a bonus action or?
Yes.
Okay. I think that's.
I
my
double
fault.
checked it. I thought it was an action. That's why I didn't do it last turn.
That
but
was
then when I went to
yeah.
D&D Beyond, looked at the spell, it is a bonus action.
Cool.
It says
Excellent.
action in the spell.
I just
Foundry.
fixed it. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
me hastily setting up the Fey Spirit
Okay, just
and
making
doing it
sure.
wrong.
Yeah, that's the only reason I didn't do it last time.
Yeah.
But I did double check. So yes, it is
Cool.
a bonus action.
All right.
And so it's gonna make a short sword attack with advantage. With the -2 to its AC because
Yeah, that is a hit. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Again, this is a combination of force. Aww. Okay, it got a max
Yeah,
dam
unlucky
on the
fourth
piercing
part.
and min dam on the force.
Okay,
but
so
whatever.
4 and 1, 5 damage.
Yeah.
And that creature is going to. I'm just checking where it was in the turn order. Nope, it's not. Okay, yep, perfect. It takes 5 damage.
Yay.
Well done.
Stabbity. My little Peter Pan spirit is just. I still don't know what it looks like. Maybe like a really angry satyr.
I should get a token for that. I can.
I
probably
have
do
tons
that.
of tokens I can send you.
Not right now, but in the future.
No.
I can
Yeah.
get-
I'm
The one I
subscribed
currently have is sort of
to-
like a little troll type
Well,
troll
I'm
type,
subscribed to the Patreon of Forgotten Adventures, so I
Yeah,
have
you got the
access
whole
to
show.
like 3,000 tokens.
Shout out to Forgotten Adventures, who are some of our favorite creators.
Yeah, they're amazing.
Used on this map as well.
Used on this map very extensively. All right, Spectral Dancer here is going to come after you, Abigail, perceiving you as someone who really just wants to dance.
Fuck this guy. I'm hiding.
17.
Hold on. Hold.
Stand by.
I cast shield.
Okay.
It
is-
will. Wait.
It
I'm
is
sorry.
a 17.
Actually, I don't cast shield. I
Okay.
miss math. May I please, DM, may I please take that
You may
back?
have it back. You may take it
Okay.
back.
Okay. I thought about casting shield, but
You considered
was
it.
Like, ah!
Yeah, you
Okay.
considered it, and
I considered it.
before you actually followed through on that, you feel the cold, necrotic grasp of this creature. You suffer
Christ.
15 points of damage, and you feel for a moment as if you want to join the dance. It is up to you, but
No, I don't want to join.
the
your
idea is
stupid
planted in your
things.
mind. Maze, it is your turn.
I do have a reaction I can use though.
Okay.
It's called Fade Away. It is my racial. I can magically become invisible until the end of my next turn or until I do something.
That's pretty sweet.
So as I get hit, Abigail is not known for her bravery. She goes, "Ah!" and you just see her visage.
Oof.
I did not use my reaction, Grak Almighty. I did a call. I called
Ye-
it back.
Thought better of it.
I did
Thought
not
better of it.
cast shield. My DM was gracious and reminded me that it wouldn't have helped.
Maze, that brings us to you. You have some decisions to make here, sir.
Yeah, they just really.
It's
hurt
unclear
my
of whether this is
friend.
going well or not,
Yeah.
but it is clear to you that your music is to some significant extent sustaining the dance.
Yeah, I'm
That
gonna.
may be what you want. It may not be. It may be what you don't want. That is up to you to decide. But you are largely in control of this melody right now.
I just wanted to help the ghosts, but they're attacking people now really badly. So, I'm just trying to figure out placement. That's going to be the most useful because I can't see Abigail now, so
Your
I can't.
your dance partner that invited you, I will
Mhm.
say, to join them, looks at you longingly.
So it's so tempting, though. I'm just trying to figure out if I can heal somebody I can't see.
I'm sure I will find a way to get to you and be like, heal me, heal me, heal me.
Help, 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 help. Okay. I had plans and then I lost them. Alright, we're just gonna carve through the area. The guy up in the air,
Yes.
I am gonna break the ceiling a little bit, I think.
Nice.
And I'm gonna cast a moonbeam on him, which is a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, and I'm just gonna kind of Odin's laser right through him.
Woo! Right. Very nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the flute down, and I'm just gonna run my thumb along the back of the sickle, the back of the sickle, and as it lights up, the radiance starts to just rip through the ceiling down at him.
Okay, awesome. Go ahead and play that spell card to chat for me. Oh, perfect. I'll reveal that. Okay, so I believe this is going to apply when the creature starts its turn, right? This
Yes,
is like
yeah.
Perfect. Okay. We'll make this more of a sort of silvery blue. All right.
trying to find my bonus action heal on my character sheet.
Healing word?
No,
maybe
I
looking-
have one, which is my Balm of the Summer
Balm of the Summer
Court.
Court. It's under features, under
Yes.
active abilities.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
And I'm just seeing one creature you can see. Okay. Then I'm gonna use 2 of those dice on the doctor, since she's been hurt.
The Doctor.
So you heal for 2d6,
All right.
and
thank
you gain 2 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
That would be welcome. So Maze, why don't you roll? I usually have the person doing the healing roll the healing dice. So you can roll your 2d6.
Oh, it's in.
Well, that didn't work.
Okay. He has rolled an 8. Is it 2d6 plus anything or just?
It's 2d6, and then she gains 2 temporary hit die or 2
Okay.
temporary hit points on top of that.
Got it. Cool. Very cool. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Maze?
Nah. Well, I mean, I'm not surrounded anymore, so.
Your dance partners look at you longingly. You're about to break their heart.
Yeah, this is prom all over again. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 is gonna put me over there. Or is the rubble difficult terrain?
The rubble would begin to be difficult terrain, but I think you've just entered it, so it's okay. If you want to go a little less, you can, up to you. But yeah, probably that area that you're in now is difficult terrain, whether that's what you want or not.
I mean, I do have 35 movement, so I didn't use all of it anyway, so.
Okay, super. At the end of your turn, if this is the end of your turn,
Yes.
I need you to roll me a charisma saving throw, please. Well done. You feel a twinge of jealousy and like a sort of spurning sensation as the ghosts that had so cordially invited you to dance are spurned, but you're able to withstand whatever it was that they were trying to do to you. Your saving throw succeeds here. That brings us,
shrugs.
yeah, well, that brings us to Charlotte.
Okay. Where can I see where the music is actively coming from, or is it just coming from like around?
There were 2 sources of music.
Okay.
One is kind of ambient, like the whole room echoing in the distance as if it's almost far away beyond your hearing, and yet you kind of do perceive it. There is this kind of, not quite orchestra, but like a quartet of instruments. There's musicians playing, and you hear it kind of resonating off the walls of the room. It's not quite right. It's a little discordant. It's a little off key. The rhythm is not quite correct. It's like alternating between too fast and too slow.
Okay.
So that is one source of music. And then there was rather, the source of Maze's flute playing that was kind of tying the whole thing together and giving it something to anchor to. But he has now stopped playing, so there's only one source of music right now, which is kind of this distant, ethereal, otherworldly waltz. And it seems to be becoming a little bit less together, like a little bit less cohesive once
Okay.
Maze stops playing.
Okay. This is also a dummy move. I would like to cast Alter Self to
Okay.
make myself look exactly like the dance master and
Ah.
try and confuse the ghosts into messing up the dance.
I love it. Okay. A tale of the unexpected.
I was gonna build a Pepper's ghost, but I figured I didn't have time. So this is the good idea I had.
Okay, so alter self, change appearance. You assume the appearance of this sort of conductor of sorts. And the ghosts seem to take note, perhaps not immediately, but this is very confusing to everyone involved. What are you going to do now that you have this visage?
Okay, so you know white people in church, where they're like,
yeah,
I'm gonna start doing that, but like just conducting. I'm just gonna start conducting.
Attempted
like
rhythm.
If he's going in like 4, I'm going in like 8/16, like on the exact downbeat that he's doing an upbeat, and I'm gonna start sort of like going in like a semicircle, like around him, to sort of like just cause chaos and distract the ghost away from my friends.
Okay, I think that is well played, and I will figure
That
out a way
turn
to...
deserves a glass of bourbon.
Cheers.
Excellent.
Huzzah!
Where, in terms of on the dance floor, I know you'd kind of be moving around and doing this, but in terms of where you end your turn, where would you like?
I would actually very much like to end up by the piano, so like somewhere in that zone.
I will warn you that if you move away from these creatures, they may try and attack you using attacks of opportunity, but
you know, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. I just got healed. I'm feeling hardy.
Well, here's I think what I'd like to do. Why don't you roll me a performance check for your conducting to help me understand your level of success with this?
Well, I'm not a good conductor, but
She's
it's,
trying
you
to
know,
be bad, right? This is
the
good.
dedication.
You do.
know?
You do have inspiration if you're looking for a moment that is the right time to spend it. Not that I'm coaching you, I'm just issuing reminders.
How could somebody roll inspiration on this?
It would just allow you to try again if you spend your inspiration.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
could,
I'll you know what? I'll do.
Give
I'll
it
do that.
another go.
Well, yeah, we're just gonna give the old college try here. Yeah, you know.
Twice as
That
good.
dice is so mean.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
It was like, yeah, you didn't, psych.
Oh man, that was
Like, I could give us one more
roller
try for a spell slot, but I'm not doing it.
Nah, it's okay.
I'm so
it's fine.
sorry.
It's fine. I'm just gonna be really bad at it. It's fine.
It was fated.
You have succeeded in enraging them.
Well, that's good.
They are not happy about your attempt to usurp their waltz, and they are coming for you now.
Oh man.
They are going to draw you into the dance, and they'll show you. Well, maybe they won't. Not really well. They'll try. They're also a little, uncoordinated and not so rhythmic.
This is like watching me try to ask somebody out at a dance.
Yeah,
It's like it's just sad.
But we'll see if the dancers up by Vlad can have more success. He's pretty tough though. I mean, unlikely. They're gonna attack you anyways though, Vlad.
Let's do the dang thing.
You are flanked. That's a 19, reduces your armor class by 2.
Oh, that'll hit.
Ooh, danger. Vlad, you feel these just cold, necrotic, ghostly claws on your back. You suffer 9 points of... Oh wait, I'm sorry. That was a second attack roll. That's not right. Let me roll damage. 11, in fact, even worse, points of necrotic damage as the ghostly claws... Remember, this spirit had faded out of existence just for long enough for you to turn around to attack the other one, and then it comes back into existence just enough to kind of lay its claws upon the back of your neck, and it tries to draw you into the dance. In fact, it's going to, having hit you, it's going to then move away, and it's going to go over towards Maze. So
hi,
you
buddy.
would have the opportunity to spend your reaction if you have one, if you want to make an attack of opportunity.
Me? Yeah, I think I'd like to do that. As soon as I
think I would do.
Take this damage real quick. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah,
Yeah.
there it is.
11
Alright.
points of damage, and
There
then
it is.
it moved away from you.
Yep. So it's attacky time.
That's a hit. Well done. Well struck.
This is me, by the way.
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
too,
yeah,
Alphonse.
that's
I'm sorry.
not me. I have to remember where I put my sword.
Where
Here
did
it
I
is.
leave my sword?
2 points of damage from Alphonse.
Yikes!
Ooh.
Yikes on bikes!
I'm sorry to say, because I've got a very cruel house rule that is used, that I let you all know you've rolled a 1 on a melee attack, and that means that the nearby dancers are going to use their reactions to attack you with attacks of opportunity.
All right, let's do this thing.
You are not flanked anymore, though, because the one that moved away was the one that was keeping you flanked. So
None of them have already used their reactions, right?
not these two. Not. Well, actually, let me check. You're right. One of them has.
Oh,
Well called out. Well called out. One of them had used their reaction because they used it on Vlad's turn, and their turn is coming up next. So, well played. That means I only get 1 attack, and a 10 misses. So you seem to have gotten away with it, Vlad. But close call.
I'll take it.
All right, that ends the dancer's turn. The next one is going to move to here. Just checking their intelligence. Yeah, they're, I think, intelligent enough to realize that the Fey spirit is not, is someone that's been conjured by the party. So they're going to attack Vlad instead. They will risk perhaps an attack of opportunity in order to gain a flanking position. And
I can't attack anyway.
but perhaps the Fey spirit, I think, would be.
Oh
able to-
yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
I assume it has a reaction just as a creature does.
May I?
You may.
Okay.
Please.
Also, did it walk through the area
I
of
was just
effect
about
of
to
my
get to that.
moonbeam?
Yes.
Ah,
I was
cool.
about to get to that. 23 hits. 7 points. Some of it is piercing. Let's. Oh, better on force this time. So 4
Yeah,
down to 2 plus
still
3.
not
5 points of
wonderful.
damage. And while
Actually,
the creature is intelligent, it's not that intelligent to realize that it has just walked straight through Zentt's Maze's moonbeam. So it needs to make a Constitution saving throw,
Mm-hmm.
which it
Oh,
very much fails. You
Poor
may
thing.
roll your moonbeam damage.
oh. Oh, okay. Sweet.
11.
11.
11 points of radiant damage, which it is most certainly not resistant to. And as the dancers stride through your moonbeam, they just begin to dissolve into brilliantly glowing particles of ectoplasm. And they disappear.
Oh, nice.
Oh, guys, I think I figured this out.
Radiant was Radiant's ghost.
This one down here is going to come after either, well, Abigail's invisible, so it's going to come after Charlotte. It has reduced movement speed, but it does have enough movement speed to get to here, which is where it will go, and then it's going to use Ghostly Touch to try and attack you, Charlotte. 22. I'm afraid that is likely a hit. You sustain 11 points of necrotic damage.
I was
No,
just
thank
you can take that. You got that. You okay?
And that is its turn as you feel well, let's see, how much did it move? It moved 20. Yeah, that's all it's got with the movement speed penalty. So it's gonna have to stop there. Okay. Then is the Spectral Dancer by Alphonse, which will, it's just going to kind of glide to the other side of you, and it will turn and attack you, Alphonse, with a 14.
That hits.
Okay. Alphonse, you suffer 17 points of necrotic damage. Ooh. And it will continue swirling away from you as you feel the urge to kind of go with it and join the dance. Vlad, it's your turn.
All right, I think I get it here, and he's going to drop his sword and his shield as he makes his way over here.
Sorry, do I make a saving throw or not?
Not right now.
Okay.
And as a bonus action, I'm going to summon my great axe. It goes, all right, so like small sword means that you can resist the cuts easier, so let's do big axe. And I'm gonna do something real stupid with my first attack. I am going to attempt to grapple this thing. I want to see if I can grab it.
All right. You may roll an athletics check,
Okey-dokey.
contested by the creature's acrobatics.
Gotcha.
So you roll a 19. It rolls a 21, and it swirls unpredictably. You anticipate the direction that it's pirouetting, and just as you go to grab it, it reverses direction and spins in the opposite path and eludes your grasp.
Okay.
Unlucky.
Unlucky. I think I can do it, y'all. I think I can grab this thing. You know what? We're going full dum-dum. I'm gonna try one more time. We're going pure unadulterated dum-dum. Here we go.
All right.
You've gotta be.
Rude.
No.
That is unfortunate.
What?
actually-
I just remembered something. It's too late for me to do it.
No.
So a couple of things. One, you've rolled a natural one, but it's a skill check. That doesn't mean anything, really.
Okay.
It rolled worse than you, so you
Okay.
actually have the superior roll.
Okay.
So you grasp the creature. However, it is incorporeal, and your hands
That's
go
what I
through
figured.
it. You are unable to grapple this creature.
Okay, and I can't influence its movement or anything. All right, cool. That's
It
what I
is
need.
immune to the grappled condition.
Figured as much. I need
It is a
cool
good
stuff.
thought. I see where you were going with this.
I was gonna
I
body
see where
slam
you're
this thing
going
into
with
that
that.
moonbeam so hard.
It was a good idea, except for the fact that this creature is immune to grapple.
Yeah, you know what? You live, you learn, you get lugs. All right, that's my action, movement, bonus action. Let's begin with the regret. I passed my turn.
All right. Alphonse, your turn. The music is seeming to kind of be continuing to become less structured and more sparse. You get the sense that the dance is perhaps beginning to unravel.
Got you. I'm not sure what to do. Ooh, I like it. Okay. I'm gonna look again at the Waltz Geist, and I'm going to cast Mind Spike.
Okay. It takes a saving throw, intelligence. Rolls a 2. That is very much a fail.
7 damage and psychic damage, and it subtracts 1d4 from the next saving throw, which will probably be my
Oh, You jerk. All
I
right.
don't know if he might save for Moonbeam. I don't know. I forget. But
Well, he's gonna have to take a save for that imminently, so that probably is good too.
the psychic. Do I tell if it?
The psychic damage seems effective.
Okay.
Anything else on your turn?
Oh no.
Okay, I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me, please, as you have spurned your lovers.
All right. Is this charm?
It is not.
Damn. Damn.
Ooh. No, sir. All right, you suffer 8 points of psychic damage as you have failed to heed the call to dance, and you have rejected it unsuccessfully. That, I believe, also would require a concentration check.
Nope. I'm not concentrating.
It's blind. Oh, it's not the blindness, deafness, not concentration.
I'm pretty sure it's not.
You may be right. I just assumed probably incorrectly. Yeah, it looks like it's not. Well played. That's a good spell. All right, it is the Waltz Geist's turn. It has to save against Moonbeam. Remind me which save is that dexterity?
It is a. Oh, I just.
Constitution minus 1d4 on the save. Oh, wow! Natural 20 minus 1d4 becomes a 16,
Which is lower
which is
than
a fail. Amazingly.
Nice.
Amazingly. Yeah, wow. Rolled a nat 20 on the save. Rolled a maximum 1d4 from Mind Spike. That's crazy. All right, go ahead and roll damage for me. Can't believe you took away a nat 20 on the Moonbeam save for me there. 17 points of damage? Come on. All right, it is not happy about that. It can't see what's going on. It doesn't know what's going on, but it knows it's got to get out of here. So it is going to fly up 30 feet.
Abigail is so proud of that moonbeam.
It's
that
going to
movie
fly up to
is
plus 35. and
player
it's
of the
gonna-
game.
It's going to swoop over to this direction. It can't see anything, so let me see if we get a recharge here. Nope. Yeah, its other things kind of rely on it to be able to see things. So it is going to use etherealness, and it is going to fade out of existence. You perhaps have driven it off.
Yeah, doubt.
Top of the round. So new combat round. The music is really kind of coming unraveled here. It is barely present, I would say, at this point. So it looks like the dancers are starting to kind of lose whatever degree of syncopation they had.
Does this make the dancers look like less interested in bothering us?
I would say it makes them look a little bit less threatening, perhaps, and a little bit less present, almost as if they are becoming even more incorporeal, if that's possible.
Yeah.
As if they are sort of beginning to fade away.
Okay. Abigail will then take the disengage. She's gonna try to slip away. Does disengage make my invisibility drop?
It would not, no. You can do that
Okay.
while invisible. Now, do be aware that most attacks, not all, some creatures can bypass this, but most attacks do require the creature to be able to see you in order to perform an attack
Okay.
of opportunity.
Because some DMs will be like, they can't attack you, it just has disadvantage. But I have low AC and I don't want to risk it.
I could be wrong, but I would rule that because you're invisible, you would be able to walk away without provoking attacks of opportunity.
Gotcha.
I might be wrong. There could be someone in chat that says you're wrong, but for now,
You're
that's
the
what I'm
DM.
saying.
You're in charge.
0-0.
Abigail will then sneak into the corner because she doesn't want to take any more of those really bad hits. And her Fey Spirit is going to... Oh, and I guess she'll take, like... Maybe I could ready an action then. She's gonna... Actually, no. It's fine. I'm okay with her popping out of invisibility. Now that she's out of range, she's gonna target the one that hit her and do another Ray of Frost to kind of, like, slow it. She knows it's not gonna do that much damage, but she'll do it anyway.
You're attacking your dance partner who lovingly invited you to join them in the dance?
Absolutely. It was unconsensual dancing. I did not consent to this.
These
waltz.
adventurers just don't want to dance. I don't understand it. All right, go ahead and roll your attack roll.
I don't want to dance.
16 hits.
Oh, okay.
It's part of my backstory. I'm from that town in Footloose.
8 frost.
All right, 4 points of cold damage. Their speed
And
is
then
reduced.
my spirit is going to face step right between us, basically, and make an attack.
Clarify for me, was I correct? Were you attacking this one by Charlotte or this one up here by the piano?
This one.
Okay, let me...
Yeah, the
switch
one
to
that
Dan.
was
Yeah.
bothering me. The one that
Perfect.
was
Yeah,
trying to
thanks
dance
for
with
the
me.
clarification.
Yeah.
All right.
My little face spirit's my, like, white knight here is gonna...
Yes, indeed.
My face spirit's gonna be like, I was the one that was supposed to dance with her first. And it oh shit, I didn't do it with advantage. Hold on, let me roll.
Well, does
a
it?
second.
So I don't know. I mean, does it have advantage?
Yes, because it used the fuming phase step.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so
So-
fuming is actually like part of the phase step.
Yes,
That
when
is
I pick
cool.
what I do, so
Yeah,
there's
that's
3
cool.
different
I love it.
types. Yeah, depending on what I choose, when it does its phase step, a different effect happens. When it's fuming, it
Nice.
has advantage on the next attack roll. So let me just roll it a second
Yeah,
time
you
at
can
normal.
just roll a second one. Yeah.
Okay, I
You
guess
wouldn't
the
need
14.
to because the 14 actually hit, but
Okay, well, I wanted to see if I'd
you
get
might
a
have,
crit.
might have had a critical. You never know.
Okay. It does. Ooh. 3 piercing and 6 force.
All right, that's a pretty good makeup. So it's actually 6 piercing, counting the modifier. So down to 3 plus 6 force, 9 points of damage. Well played.
And that
It
will
will
conclude Abigail's
use
turn.
its reaction as your Fey spirit slices into it. It becomes ethereal, and the blow passes through, and it disappears from view.
Uh-oh. Abigail shrinks into the corner with her little... She's, like, holding her hat, and she's, like, trembling. She's like, is it gone?
It is gone, for now. You've seen this happen before with Vlad, whose blade passed through one and caused it to disappear from corporeality and then appear just moments later. Lehowever, as your turn ends, nothing happens. And it seems as if this dancer does not reappear, at least not right now. I believe you are no longer invisible, correct?
No. I am invisible. But I'm like being as inconspicuous
You're
as
very
possible.
inconspicuous, yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not being loud. I'm trying to be unnoticeable.
Maze, it is your turn. The dancer that Abigail attacked, or her spirit also attacked, has disappeared from view.
I am going to, with the bonus action, since the big guy's not there right now, I'm gonna move. Am I able to move the moonbeam? How do I pick that up?
Let's see. I don't. Yes,
'Cause
you can use it. It does cost your action, but you can move the beam up to 60 feet if you spend your action.
Yeah, okay. I can't grab the token.
the beam would be
It's a
measurement.
template. Yeah,
You
it's,
have to
it's on the
switch
template
down
layer.
to
But if
the
you want to just
measurements.
pick where you want to put it, I can drag it for you if that's easier.
I'm just gonna put it right on top of those two that are
Cool.
far enough away from everybody.
Well,
that
actually, there were
it's-
2 templates. That
Oh.
explains things. Let's just do this one.
Oh snap! You can move it 60 feet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, that was your action.
And then I am going to look over at Alphonse and be like, "Hey, I think I might have vaporized one of like your ancestors. That's my bad. We're
He's
still
like-
good, right?" And I
he's like-
use healing word on him.
He's like shriveling and disheveled. He's like cold and dead inside.
That's a mood. Abigail's trembling. Alphonse is quivering. We're all terrified little spellcasters. We're like, I'm not used
Yeah, this
to
has been
getting
like
hit.
the worst prom.
I'm having a great time.
Okay, it's not the worst prom. I've had a worse prom.
Okay. I'll have to step it up as the
Oh, man.
in terms of the true cringe level then.
I've had a worse. Abigail is just graduated and is working on her undergrad. She had a really bad prom.
Okay.
I just nod towards me.
Cool, we are good. All right.
7
Oh
points
god,
of
there's a
healing.
ghost, and that's
Nice.
that's his turn.
We're gonna unpack this later, Abigail. But for now, I believe Maze, are you staying put?
Yeah, I'm not gonna risk the attack of opportunity.
Okay. Charlotte. The dance is swirling about you, although the dancers appear to be fading gradually out of existence.
Bailey's really excited that it's my turn. I
Mom!
would like to, because the big badman is still there, right? He's back.
The poltergeist
Yeah, that's the one.
has disappeared from view.
Oh, okay.
As it was unable to do anything with its turn. You're not sure exactly why, or if it's returning, or what, but it has faded
Oh,
away.
gotcha. Okay. Then I would like to target these guys right here. And I'm just gonna hit them with my sacred flame.
Ooh!
And so I need them to make a dexterity saving throw or take
Cool.
1d8 radiant damage. But doesn't say what the thing is.
I think you actually probably have 2d8 radiant damage at level 5.
Oh, you are correct, actually.
And that is a
yes.
fail. If you, on the spellbook
Okay.
tab of your character sheet,
Yeah.
under cantrip, if you click the little dice to the left of Sacred Flame, you can roll it that way.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
And then in the chat card, it has both the saving throw and
Aha! Nice. Okay. Damage.
My
Two.
Foundry has so many modules that
Alright.
all combat is automated. If they do
Oh,
an
I
attack,
love it.
lets you know if it like
Nice.
hits or miss, and then it like automatically subtracts the damage or adds the healing. It's pretty wild.
9 points of radiant damage is a potent blow. And this creature is looking pretty bad in terms of their ability to continue the dance.
Which one did she attack?
This one here. Charlotte, is there anything else you would like to do on your turn?
I'm also gonna sort of yell over to Alphonse and say, sorry about your relatives, but look, they started it, so I don't feel that bad. All right, good talk.
They did start it.
Like I don't care what.
The dancers here to either side of you, Charlotte, will... Well, this one's going to turn towards...
Yeah, if it helps, Vlad's trying to make as much noise as possible so they come after him.
Yeah,
rather
it'll
than-
turn towards Vlad obligingly. You will dance with these folks eventually, sir. 21, I think, is a hit.
I would like to use my reaction to cast shield.
Oh, he's got so many tricks. This hobgoblin. He's like full of tricks.
Hey, DM, whenever my players do that to me, I just go, yeah, you burn those spell slots, baby. You burn those spell
You won't need
slots.
'em.
I am luring you
This
right
is the
into
only
my
combat
trap.
encounter in this whole adventure, so you might as well use it all.
Well
Well
then,
played.
I don't believe you. I feel like that's a lie.
Time
Well
to break out the
played.
third level
Well
spells.
played.
Listen, I want to die, but you gotta earn it. Like if that's what he's yelling at the ghost.
Indeed. Indeed. And your shield increases your armor class to
23.
23.
I dropped my shield, so it would have been 25, but I'm just rocking the great axe.
Amazing. Well, they can't touch that. And so that brings us to this one over by Mace. It will circle around you a bit to try and
Hello there.
change the vantage point, and then it attacks. Natural.
Oh,
20.
God. Listen, bud, I'd help you, but I've already used my reaction and I'm all out of spells.
Bad news, Maze. You suffer 24 points of necrotic damage.
God
I
damn,
need you to
rip.
make a concentration check for me, please.
It's okay. I'm immune to not dying. Okay. Saving.
We are all
throw.
immune to not dying, my friend.
I see what you did there. You do maintain concentration, and this dancer is going to pirouette away from you.
I slash at it with my sickle. Yeah.
You can change the drop down on the chat menu to public so that most of your rolls go through that way. Unfortunately, a 4 is a miss.
I'm not good with the sickle.
Yeah, not your best work, but who can blame you after taking a hefty blow of that sort? That brings us to this dancer here, who's quite badly wounded, actually, who's going to try and grab Charlotte and abscond with her into the swirling dam. That's a natural 1.
Ha! Does
Charlotte,
something
I don't know
bad
if you have
happen
any.
to it?
I don't know if you have any melee weaponry handy, but you can try and strike this creature if you have like your sickle or unarmed strike or whatever, if you wish, because it has rolled a 1 and it is next to you.
There's a longsword on the ground next to you, just saying.
Smash it with a brick.
It's an option.
Just the whole piano.
Pull your heel off. Look.
Do you have a preferred implement
Women
of
are
war, Charlotte?
proficient in taking their shoe off and smashing their assailant with the heel.
Kate, Charlotte, do you have a preferred implement of bludgeoning or a preferred implement of damage dealing?
Oh man. I'm frantically looking through my stuff to remember what I took. I don't have a good bludgeoning weapon. I mean,
It doesn't
I
have
like
to be bludgeoning. That was
Oh.
figure of speech.
Oh,
But if
okay.
you have a melee weapon, you do have the chance to make an attack of opportunity if you wish to spend your reaction to do it. You don't have to.
Okay. Actually, this is really silly, but narratively, I do have a pair of scissors in my pocket. Could I grab the
you can treat
scissors
that as
and
a
just try
dagger
to
if you
give
want.
him like a sneaky attack
Yeah.
of opportunity to just slash?
You
I
about to
think it would
shiv
be-
a ghost?
Yeah, you
Gotta
can-
shiv a ghost
you
with
can
my
certainly try and shiv a
sewing
ghost.
scissors.
Yeah, we'll treat it. Why don't
Sewing
you know?
scissors are very sharp. They have
I
to
know,
be
right?
through
Yeah.
fabric.
Functionally
I have a
speaking,
pair.
we can treat it as a dagger, and so I'll just put a dagger in your inventory. that
Oh,
you
I
can-
think I already have one, but I just went with scissors because I thought it was funnier.
Yeah, I mean,
Love it.
I'll roll it.
descriptively, definitely we can go with the scissors. I
Can't they
agree.
be the same thing? Can't your
Yeah.
dagger
I
be
mean,
the scissors?
Technically, I have some sewing scissors that could kill a
They're
man.
pretty serious.
You know?
Like sewing scissors are like pretty
Right, let's
serious
see.
implement.
Yeah, mine. They are in their own special box, and they are
Mhm.
only for sewing. They are
Fabric
like
scissors.
boxes this big. These things will kill you.
Unfortunately, Charlotte, you just miss.
No.
Just miss as you are slicing through with the blade of your scissors, and the ghosts just sort of wheel away just in time.
That would look so sick, though.
Looked very cool, though. The dancers here in the moonbeam are going to try and survive it and probably fail. That's a fail for sure. Go ahead and roll
Yes!
a 2d10 for me, Maze.
Suffer!
2d0.
Ooh, 13. All right. They suffer 13 points of radiant damage. And they are beginning to look very thin. Just a faint glimmer of mist. They're barely hanging on, partially because of their own health in this situation, and partially because the music has now all but faded. You sense that there are seconds remaining before the music fades entirely. Vlad. Oh wait, no, sorry. It was the Spectral Dancer's turn. It will do something on its turn. It's going to come after you, Maze, to try and retaliate for your moonbeaming. 20.
Yeah.
So you sustain 13 points of necrotic damage, and it will sort of wheel around to the side of you. And you, as you feel compelled to join the dance, you save your concentration, and that brings us to Vlad.
All right, yeah. Let's freaking go. So it's this me and this guy right here. We're gonna settle it. He's been looking at me funny this whole time. Let's see. Go ahead here. Tori. Where's my big axe?
The big un.
There you go. There's the big one. Yeah.
Oh yes,
Nice.
absolutely, sir.
Alright, so that's the first bit of damage here.
Nice roll. 12 down to 6 points of slashing damage. This dancer is looking pretty weakened.
Alright, and here is the second attack.
"12 is its armor class. Not a great roll, but good enough in this case to score a hit.
Hey, that's all evolution
Hey, man.
needs.
Just
big
freaking die already! Alright.
And in
Damn.
fact, your axe cleaves through this spectral dancer and scatters it completely as it will use its reaction on ethereal flourish, becoming momentarily incorporeal. It fades out of existence as your axe passes through the creature.
Hey, we can do this all day. I love killing things with an axe. It's my second favorite thing. I like the longsword more. It's fast.
There are a few scattered dancers still on the floor, and the music is almost entirely gone. Vlad, do you want to use your bonus action or movement on anything at all?
Help is a full action, so no, I can't. There's nothing I can do. You know what? I will use my movement to hey Charlie, how you doing? This guy, these guys give you a problem.
They're creeping on her for sure.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna do that thing when you have a friend at a party or a bar where like there's this unwanted attention at them where you just kind of slide through like,
Yeah.
Oh
hey,
my
how's it
God,
going? You want a cigarette?
Hey.
Vlad is the guy friend that we all bring out drinking with us.
Uh-huh. To the rescue.
Yep.
Vlad swoops in to save the day.
And that's my turn.
It brings us to Alphonse. Alphonse, the dance floor is a little less crowded, but mostly because these spirits have been disappearing as the music fades.
I look across the room to this one, and I say, Mentist Fragment. Do you mind spike him?
I just gotta say, I love that you've personalized all your spells, including the names. That is
It's just Latin.
That's amazing.
It's really my favorite thing.
No,
It is
like,
great.
It's
wait,
dedication.
you're really into Warhammer, right? Is that what that is inspired by? Like, 'cause
No, I
know,
just took
like...
Latin in high school, and I want to keep using it, so this is how I use it.
Okay. I just know, like, the Empire of Man uses a lot of like Latin sounding things, and I know that like you do like VTT stuff, so I
He's
don't
into
know.
Warhammer. He is also into turning all his spells into Latin phrases.
That's cool. I think that's really neat.
Which spectral dancer is the target of this?
That one.
The far one. Got it. Intelligence saving throw fails. Roll.
I misconfigured this. It's D4, it's not D6.
The D4. So the D4 is the deduction to their saving throw,
Oh,
right?
okay.
It is D6 for the damage roll.
Whoops. Okay.
Yeah, so I think 2d6 for the damage roll looks correct to me. It's the minus d4s for the penalty to their next save.
Yeah, I just saw the enriched D4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
All right, anything else on your turn?
No.
Okay. So the Waltz Geist is in the ethereal. It's not here.
Also
What it's
fine.
doing, unclear, although it is going to try and shake off the blindness, just in case. Nope. Top of the round, the music has faded. The dancers who were barely holding on are fading out of existence. Does anyone want to try and stop that from happening?
Which one is fading out of existence?
They all are. The music is silent. A eerie, complete silence comes over the room, and with it,
I mean, so like this is my thought. Yeah, we could get a couple more hits and try to kill those, but like at the end of the day, what does that accomplish?
Yeah. It just seems rude, you know?
there is
Well, I
something.
mean, like we could kill maybe one of them. Like this guy, I was getting ready to just dogpile because he seemed pretty low, but these two, I'm pretty sure, have plenty of HP. So I don't know. They're just, if they're leaving, they're leaving.
The top one's about to die from...
I mean, between all of us, I'm down to keep fighting all day, but that's just me.
I
so,
mean, if they
yeah.
disappear before we can get like, I don't know how we could stop them from disappearing. Like again, I was just gonna keep like wailing on that guy.
I probably just would have tried to shoot some fire at them after
I
it
think
disappeared.
what I was
think
fishing for with my question was a little bit more musical and a little
does
bit
Maze
less
keep
violent.
playing?
And
Maze, keep playing.
I didn't hear anything immediately said there. And so as the silence overcomes the dance floor, whatever dancers remain, their corporeality completely leaves them, and they dissipate into silvery mist as the room is completely silent. Whether the curse that has set them to dancing like this is broken or simply momentarily disrupted, it's not clear at this moment. But what is clear is that you have survived this threat and forced it back in an impressive fashion. This is actually a very dangerous encounter for level 5 players, so well done. And I think that given the amount of time that where we are right now in the stream, I think this is an ideal point for us to take a brief intermission.
Potty break.
And when we return, I will urge you all to continue your exploration of Raventree Estate. So we'll take we'll take a break until 5 after, and during the break, we'll see if we can't find someone in chat who's interested in getting this adventure as a giveaway. I mean, it's always a challenge to find people who want free stuff, but maybe we can find someone, a lucky winner. So I'll set that up while we're on break, and yeah, we'll be
How
back.
much time?
We'll resume at 5 after. So
Gotcha.
7
Cool.
7 minutes.
Gotcha.
And when we resume, our adventure will continue. So don't go anywhere. Stay with us. Have a chance. Be logged into Twitch. Have a chance to win some free stuff. And when we return, there will be more exploration and the mystery will continue to evolve. We'll be back in just a bit. Don't go anywhere.
Why?
Welcome back. Thank you all for sticking with us. If you're still in chat, we did do a couple rolls for a giveaway of this adventure. I don't know, Madsumas, if you are here in chat. I feel like Rogue Entity X is somebody that I know. I don't know if that's someone like with our... Is that Roman? I don't know. I never know who Roman is. No, Roman's something different. I don't know. Rogue Entity X is... I recognize that name. Maybe that's one of... No, I don't know. Anyways, Rogue Entity X, if you're here. Otherwise, Matt will keep going with giveaway rolls in the background. But let's jump right back into the action. The dance hall has gone eerily quiet. You are left alone to your thoughts as the wreckage and the debris that is strewn about the floor is still and silent. There is no sign of the spectral dancers. There is... the room has gone still. And as you have a moment to think about the consequences of that or what you might want to do, there is suddenly a disturbance behind you. Through the door behind you, a spectral figure that you've seen once or twice before approaches the door with a look of concern upon his face. And he says, No, this is all wrong. The dancing is supposed to be after dinner. Stop this immediately. And
Do
he
we
strides
recognize him?
towards you.
Is it Oost?
It does seem to be the butler who has been referred to in the past as Usk with a K.
Oh, sorry.
And as he strides towards you, he further says, Please, to the dining hall. Dinner must be served first.
Oh, totally got turned around. Do we not dine in this? Oh, I thought... My bad.
My owl familiar has been tailing this guy. Where's my owl?
Your owl got somewhat lost.
That
Having
dumbass.
gone upstairs to follow Usk originally, the specter would have faded out of existence and left your owl with no trail to follow, at which point your familiar returned to the atrium of the manor where it last left you to find you gone. So
Can
if
I
you were
tell, be like, get over
yeah,
here?
you can kind of reconnect with it mentally. And before long, it will certainly obligingly flit over to you.
It roosts in my hat or on my
Yes.
hat.
I can make that happen.
Also, that's amazing. Also, I guess my Fey spirit is going to hang out with me for the next hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got a long duration on that spell. As long as you,
It's just a satyr with the grumpiest face you've ever seen, because it's fuming, and it kind of looks over at Maze and goes, "You too, fuck."
What up, Steve? How you doing?
God damn it, not again. All right. I like how you Steve. That's my husband's name.
Oh. That was not intentional.
No, that just makes it even funnier. Okay, so
Canon.
Steve the satyr is going to be hanging out with us for an hour.
The spectral spirit of the butler, Alphonse, that's right in front of you, starts gesturing and moving over down the hallway to the east.
I look over my shoulder. Are we following him?
It sounds like a fun plan. Can I have this? And I point at the loot on the ground next to me.
Are you asking me?
Yes, it's your house.
Oh, this is far from my house. Take whatever you wish.
It is quite badly broken, but perhaps could be mended. You never know.
I
Also,
would
when
take
you
the
say
pieces.
whatever you wish, do you mean that? Because I don't want this to come up later and have you be all like mad at me for helping myself.
Your consequences are your own. I have no part in them. So yes, feel free.
Your consequences are your own. That's ominous.
Menacing.
I was gonna say, I was like, that sounds like a trap now.
I'm just saying, I'm not going to do anything.
This place is a mimic colony. I knew it.
Are we gonna continue to appease these ghosts in their whole pretendy thingy?
Yeah, I think that's a good
I
idea,
think that's the
actually.
move, yeah.
Steve, come here. You're my date.
I mean, not for nothing, but a couple of you are bleeding all over the place. So,
Oh,
All right.
I
Hold
am.
on.
I'm not about bleeding. It's more like
We're all about half health.
mentally dead.
well, yeah, I mean, you look physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually all drained up. So,
You've had better moments.
you know, I dig it. I love being thrashed about, but just if we're gonna keep appeasing these ghosts and they're gonna keep taking us places, you guys might wanna just keep yourself
Well, the
alive.
butler's waiting, so
I
Dinner
look over at
cold.
Maze very, very expectantly.
He pulls out his pipe, lights it. All right, who wants to be patted on the head first?
I
What?
would love a smoke from the healing hit. The what
There
is
we
it?
go.
Is that your cure wounds pipe?
I just druid craft the smoke into a little storm cloud you can inhale.
Oh, the restorative vapors.
Hmm
I did not see that coming, but okay. I think that we're talking. You should get everybody all patched up.
All right, there's 3 who are really hurt, so I got 3 first level spells left.
Oh no, Maze, it's all right. And I'll also cast Cure Wounds. Boop 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 on myself.
Okay.
Oh yeah. How much healing do I take from smelling your
You will
super
get
dank healing cure wounds? Look, we're in college,
Herbal,
okay?
Right?
The most herbal of medicines.
12.
It's the best hot box ever.
Cush light wounds.
Renaming the spell.
Hey, DM, creator of Foundry, the best VTT on the market.
Oh, your
You know
flattery will
how
get you
when you
nowhere.
click on your hit points, you can type minus a number and it'll automatically calculate minus, like,
Yeah.
is there a way to do that in the positive?
Yeah, you can just do like +5 and it will add.
So I
5
just
to-
did a plus whatever and it like didn't do the plus.
on
it
your character sheet or on the token HUD.
just character sheet.
Character sheet.
I know it works on the token HUD.
Oh, I don't use the token bars.
Let me see. Wow,
Wait,
you're right. On the character sheet, it does not do that.
You can
That
also
is
just
probably more of
Future
an
feature
oversight. Yeah, I'd
in-
say that's an oversight. Definitely,
you
it
can
should.
right click the
Yeah.
chat and do healing.
Yeah, definitely, it should do that.
Okay,
gets
but if I
close?
do it on the HUD, it'll do it.
Yeah, if you right click your token, the little HP
That is good to
field
know.
there, it does work there. So
Yes.
I think
Thank
it's
you.
more of an oversight. More of an
Okay.
oversight on the character
Okay,
sheet.
that's
The
cool.
coolest thing about being in a D&D game with the creator of the VTT that you use is that literally he knows all the answers. This is
I know some of the answers.
this is
I know some
amazing. Like dream come true.
Down the hallway, you hear the somewhat insistent muttering of the spectral butler as he approaches. He's been walking at a stately pace, not wanting to outdistance his guests and prove himself rude. But he gets to a very large pair of double doors, almost 15, maybe even 20 feet wide, edge to edge, that frame a very impressive arched doorway. And he goes to the doors and then he seems to look around agitated as if he's looking for something.
You need the key.
Do you say that out loud, or is that your internal musing?
Maze doesn't have an internal monologue. It is all external.
Well, the butler looks about and says, "Oh, yes, I left it. I'm very sorry. I'll let you in just a moment. I need the key from. I'll go and fetch it. Just upstairs."
Yeah, you do that. There's no other way for us to open the door without a key.
I
I
mean,
was-
you can point us in the right direction. We
He
can go
begins
grab it.
slowly striding away, and as he walks towards you, Charlotte, he kind of just walks into you and fades away.
Legit, the second he starts to walk away, you can see that Vlad is getting ready to break down the door. And he's kind of looking at this party like, we got any reason for me not to do this? Speak now, forever hold your peace. He starts to lift his leg up.
Yeah, I should do it, honestly.
All right, I'm gonna drop kick this door over.
All right. You can make a strength ability check.
Okie dokie.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a big door. It is securely locked, but it is no match for the physical might of Vlad. How would you like to? I mean, this is two
I love having a
large
fighter
double doors.
party.
How
Y'all
would
are
you
fucking
like
awesome.
to force your way in to this room?
He's kind of got his hands on the doorknob and he's looking at the party like, any reason for me not to do it? And as soon as Abigail's like, yo, go for it, he like spinning back kicks the door open.
Wow.
Are you focusing on one half of the double door, or like right down the middle, or?
You know what? I'm gonna omit that. It's gonna be what I originally said. It's gonna be a drop kick, one foot for each door. He's trying to kick them.
Such is the nature of your strength that with a 22 strength ability check, you are able to basically blast this double door off its hinges almost. The two sides hang loosely to their moorings as they shatter inwards towards the dining hall. I need to...
How is the butler taking all this?
Well, he is faded away.
Yeah.
Whether he's watching this happen from somewhere beyond the ethereal veil or not is difficult for you to say, but yeah, he's not there right now. The doors crack and crash and fly inwards, and Vlad, you are in a vantage point to behold a scene that is unsettling.
Oh, this freaking sucks immediately.
I'm gonna
And I'll
give
like
a
come up behind
moment
him.
in case. I would suggest maybe not going too far into the room yet, but I'll give a moment in case people want to move their characters to have a different vantage point.
What is that?
You
That's
have
awesome.
an immediate feeling,
A portal. to
beholding
another
this room, that something terrible happened here.
world. Okay.
2/3 of what used to be exceedingly long dining table is laying on its side at a sharp diagonal angle towards the end of the room where you now stand. The north end of the table, however, is shattered into fragments, as though some explosion at the head of the table in the north side of the room lifted it and hurled it to its final rest. The destruction seems worst towards the north of the room, and in the gloom at that end of the room, a pale, swirling light flickers somewhat chaotically.
Hey, Abs, at least your final didn't go this bad.
We don't talk about that.
You guys should have seen
But
the lab. It was destroyed.
Shut up! Why are you? Okay, hey everyone, do you notice that giant portal at the back of the room? That looks interesting.
Yeah, that looks like if we interact with it, it'll probably get most of us killed. But hey,
Can
why
I
not?
make? Okay, as someone who is doing their undergrad in extra planar biology and dimensional travel, can I make a check to see if I recognize what kind of portal this is?
You may make an Arcana check, although I will say, given that you are 70 feet away,
I'm willing. Okay, then. Okay, can I get a first
I would
glance
say
look?
you can make the check with disadvantage from where
Okay.
you are.
I might, if we are able to successfully get closer to it, I might try to make a closer look, but I would like to get, this disadvantage check would be like a general vibe. See if I can see if
This is
it's
more
something I
like what
recognize.
your initial assessment is, not
Yeah.
necessarily. Yeah, sure.
Initial
I would like to guide her.
What?
Wow.
What?
Never mind. Doesn't.
Come on.
What?
No.
What?
That's what, 420s this session?
That's not real.
Damn.
I better know exactly where this portal goes and how long it's been here.
What did you do on your final?
You don't want to know.
I feel like these are supposed to be mysteries, you know? There's
Look,
Okay.
I'm getting my undergrad in this shit, okay? I'm kind of an expert.
All right. Let me think for just a moment. Just a moment.
Just imagine what a expert in extra dimensional and extra planar, like portal, travel, biology, all that shit would know.
And then explain the entire campaign to her.
It looks to you as if it looks clearly to you as if this is some sort of tear in space. Perhaps almost certainly related to transportation or extra planar kind of influence in some way. The signs are too telltale for it to be anything else.
Then can I ask?
However,
can I ask one question? I know you're not going to give me like
I have
exactly
something
where.
else to tell you still.
Okay.
Not a lot more, but it does seem clearly that the way that it's hanging in the air and the way that it's moving in a kind of volatile fashion, it does appear to be somewhat unstable.
Okay. Could I get the sense that this is a portal to either the outer planes, the inner planes, or the kind of in between, aka ethereal versus astral?
Mm-hmm.
Can I get at least, like, I don't need you to tell me specifically where, but am I getting any kind of, oh yeah, that totally is to the outer planes, or?
I think I might back pocket your roll to see if you find any other clues in the room that would help you answer that question. I think with the information you have right now, you're not able to discern.
I know it's unstable though, so do I then get the sense that it might be dangerous to approach to a specific, like, space? Like, don't get any closer than 10 feet or 15 feet.
For many reasons, this room fills you with a sense of deep foreboding. Both because of what evidently must have happened here, as well as for the volatile, potentially unstable nature of the anomaly at the far end of the room. For both of those reasons, it's clear that something really terrible happened here, and that fills you with a sense of some foreboding and dread. There is also a bit of I would say this room feels a little bit just ambiently less hospitable, that if such a thing is possible, than other areas of the ruined manor so far. There's a sort of, it's not necessarily like a temperature chill, but it's sort of like a chill in the pit of your stomach.
Well, I think this is a perfect opportunity for my dear friend Steve to take a few steps in. And Steve's gonna look at me like, fuck you.
Also, I forgot to mention, I have my lamp. I had my lantern out this entire time, I guess. The feels invisible.
There is nothing invisible that is detected in the light of your lantern.
Would you guys think it's a good idea if I just like let Steve go first?
Does
I
Steve
ain't
have
got
a Geiger counter on him?
Steve is expendable, right?
Yeah, I could just summon another one. He looks at me with a dirty look. Actually, I can't find Steve. Steve, where are you?
He's under you.
Oh, okay, there he is. All right, Steve is gonna take a couple steps.
Hmm.
Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, he has a new token.
I am concerned about how, like, volatile it looks, you know what I mean? Because,
That's
like,
why.
if Steve bumps it in the wrong way, it could sort of, you know, I don't know, tear all of space and time asunder. No, I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but, like, we can also just, like, back away slowly and not, you know, go. We could just pretend like we didn't see nothing and just sort of go about our lives, you know?
What? This portal is going to make me famous. And I need to get close enough to take some notes. Maybe a sample.
I hope you don't feel some sort of kinship with Steve.
Oh, I just pulled him out of the Fae. That's kind of what I do. I pull things out of their native planes.
No, I mean Charlotte. You're both.
I didn't pull Charlotte out, that's for sure. Oh, yeah,
Alphonse.
Charlotte, do you feel any kinship to this satyr? I just forgot, you're also a satyr.
Yo, cousin, what up?
Yeah.
Alphonse, do you... Well, I'm trying to think if there's a role here, if I just want to mention something to you.
Oh, while you're thinking, I'm actually going to touch myself and put mage armor on myself, which will last 8 hours. I forgot to do that, and that's why I got hit so bad last time.
Prudent. Alphonse, you have a very faint, distant recollection of this room. It was... For some reason, you have the recollection from the very sort of nascent stages of your youth that you were not supposed to be in this room.
That's... Yeah, okay, considering
It's
that...
something almost ingrained and you don't really remember why, but you look at this open dining hall, as ruined as it is, and you feel as if you're being reprimanded.
Yeah, considering that, like, when I see it, I'll probably, like, back away. Sort of. And,
Alright. So, I don't know about you folks, but portals don't just pop up out of nowhere, and eventually we're probably gonna have to get ourselves involved with this. And you know, portals usually lead to places of great glory and epic battles. So why don't we go and see what this is about?
Well, my question... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, I'm starting to agree with you, Charlotte. I don't think we should... I think we should go somewhere else.
I mean, the other side of the coin, though, is that, like, is it possible that this portal has been here, like, the whole time? And so, could it be that everyone who's sort of trapped in this house is just, you know, through that portal?
I feel like if I can get a little bit closer to it, I could maybe figure that out.
Well, I don't got any problem getting closer to it, Abigail. So if you want to come with me, I just...
Steve will go with you. Steve will go with you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna wait
well,
right here.
no, I see. Send the expendable ones. That's fine. You
Also,
know,
the owl. I'm gonna just like,
Yeah.
okay, so my owl's gonna sit on Steve's shoulder, and I'm gonna just watch through the owl's eyes.
Vlad, yes.
Canonically, has anybody stepped through the doorway yet?
Yes.
Canonically, Vlad is
I haven't.
halfway into the room.
He's
just
gonna keep falling forward.
Steve is with him too.
I'm going to pause for a moment because I want to give you just a little bit more detail with where you are. Is anyone else following behind them, or is everyone else waiting back?
Abigail's waiting.
Maze has been randomly pulled through way too many portals in his life.
Mhm.
So GM, I'm gonna keep it 100% pure honest with you. Before you stop me, like from right where I'm standing, I was about to ask you if I can throw my sword into the portal.
Yeah, I think I can allow that.
Okay.
But let me give you a little information that you would have seen
Okay.
on the way of walking to where you are now.
Okay.
There is an elegant and at least once decorative rug that lined seating for the table. It's wrinkled, it's ripped. It's as if it was almost lifted off the ground and pushed further down the room from the north end. The table certainly buckled away from whatever force drove everything in the room outward. At the hearth of the great fireplace to the north, that's up here, where the head of the table would have been, there is a little circular crater in the floor. Not deep, but obvious. And there are shadows that stretch across the floor.
Oh yeah, I'm just seeing those.
That are almost permanently burned into the grain of the wood.
Yeah, that's horrifying. I don't love that.
The faintly glowing portal, the anomaly in the air, it very obviously shifts between the shades of violet and auburn.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if those specific colors would mean anything to Charlotte?
I was gonna ask the same exact thing as Charlotte. Yeah,
That's because you're my favorite student.
That's right. You told me colors matter, Professor Charlotte.
Colors matter, but I would say that the conditions for the check are the same as what Abigail had before. So this is the kind of thing that this is something that Vlad is appreciating now that he's, within 30 feet of it.
We don't notice that.
So the two of you back there are not necessarily keyed into
Does
this.
Vlad look like he's disintegrating?
Does not look like he's disintegrating.
Okay, I think it is. Charlotte, is it safe to approach since our test subjects have survived thus far, or are there maybe microaggressions happening?
I mean, I would just say that an ethics committee maybe would frown on calling a friend's test subjects, but other than that, yeah, Leroy Jenkins, let's go.
Okay.
Here I go.
All right.
That was my uncle.
I'm hiding behind Steve.
I would actually like to give Steve my Fey gift. So I'm just gonna take the help action. And when I take the help action, I get to choose either hospitality, passage, or spite. I'm gonna pick hospitality, so me and the creature gain 1d6 temporary hit points. So
Very
Roll
cool.
that.
Do you roll it and then we both get the same, or do I roll it?
We both get the same. So if I give it to Steve, do you get it?
No. I have control
okay.
over Steve.
Oh no, I was just confused. All right.
I apologize for the
Oh no,
confusion.
you're all good. I said hospitality, right? Yep. That's
You
this
did say hospitality, yes.
one. Yeah. So we both get 4.
Excellent. Steve looks at you. Vlad, you're a hobgoblin. Are you of the Feywild?
Yeah. I've been from the Feywild.
Steve,
I don't like to talk about it,
Steve the satyr is a very stoic satyr, and he kind of looks at you and gets it, and he just kind of gives you one of those respectful, manly nods.
Yeah, you get it. We don't like to talk about it. It's a lot.
Alphonse and Maze, are you staying back for the sake of caution, or are you accompanying your peers?
I'm just kind of noticing how uncomfortable Alphonse is, so I thought I'd be, supportive and just hang out back here. And I'm gonna pat him on the back and give him a little guidance. It's "It's
Offer him
alright,
some
buddy.
weed.
We can
Is
blow
your
up the entire
guidance-
building."
Is the guidance in the form of weed?
I just hand him a small mushroom off of my staff.
Healing herb.
Yeah, I'm at the threshold, just looking down at it,
To be clear, this is more of a it's more of a feeling, you know, a memory,
Yeah.
a sense that you have. It's not like it's not something that paralyzes you from taking action. You can
Oh, I
overcome this if you wish.
Yeah, I know. I'm just like, yeah, he just remembers the little he does remember of everything is always bad, and this is one of the worst.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well,
I'll take a cautious step in.
I would
Sure.
like to do. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say, Charlotte and Abigail, you wanted to investigate the portal as you get a little bit closer. I think you need to get a little bit closer still, but then, if you wish, you can do an Arcana check individually, or one of you can roll with advantage depending on what you prefer.
Okay. I would like to do two very specific things. One, I would like to roll an Arcana check, but I would like to go directly to like the edge of the rug. It's like right. I don't know why I can't move my guy, but hold on. Come on, buddy. Load. Like right about here.
Okay.
And I would like to pull back the edge of the rug, like just like fold it back
Mm.
and just look and see like if there's anything interesting underneath the rug.
It seems as if there are kind of scorch marks as you look closely at the fabric, and some of them seem to have burned through the rug, and there are some dark soot stains on the floor underneath. And in fact, pieces of the rug seem to be kind of like partially, almost like, not exactly like melted, but sort of stuck in some places, and in some places it just crumbles to ash in your hands.
Okay. And then yeah, Abigail, how do you want to handle this check? Do you want to like do it together or?
Yeah, I think like it probably doesn't make a difference if I do the help because it's 2 rolls regardless.
Yeah.
So I can give you a help. You're my teacher, so I think I would like assist you.
Okay.
I think that we would use our knowledge and training to know the safest distance we can get based on some measurements. And I think we should look at the materials of this singed carpet. Is it coming from what was ever in the portal itself? Is it extraplanar substance, or is it just the result of combustion due to the explosion of said portal? Like, you know, we're using our we
I would
there's, like,
suggest,
whole semesters on
given
this.
your Arcana roll from earlier, you would probably know that you might want to stay about 20 feet back in case there is any sort of explosion.
So I'll use some like hella jargon to Charlotte and be like, Professor, it seems like this is a mid-tier extraplanar portal of about 20 feet volatility, so maybe stay within that range. And she's gonna know exactly what I mean.
Charlotte will like nod, but also be like, nerd.
I'm such a teacher's pet.
And I'm sorry, DM, you said I could roll this one with advantage if we're working together.
If you're working together, yes, you can roll with advantage.
All right, here we go. Boo, 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 boo.
Not
All right.
bad, not
Pretty
bad.
good.
19.
Pretty good.
Dang, look
Um,
at those dice.
Yes.
Those are
So
cool.
you, remind me, what is the sort of most interesting question to you, or what is like
So
the subject
I'm-
of your inquiry?
I'm specifically interested in the colors of the portal to see if I like know anything specific about that, and then also what Abigail said in terms of like, do the scorch marks surrounding it tell us anything sort of like about the
No.
And also, is this like a portal where things are traveling to come out of, or is it a portal to come into? I think.
Okay, there's a few things you know and a few things that it's just too difficult to discern. But certainly it looks as if this portal is at the exact epicenter of some massive eruption of power. It is right at the center of where the blast seems to have come from, and it appears to you that whatever source of energy caused this thing to happen seemed to sort of rip a tear in sort of the fabric of space here, and it is it is fluctuating energy from beyond, which is creating this visual effect that alternates between violet and auburn. And as you study it from the distance where you are, there is something vaguely familiar to you about the oscillating color. Specifically, there's something just about the orangish reddish shade of auburn that feels as if you've seen it before, or it harkens to things that feel familiar to you.
To me or to her?
To Charlotte.
Also, aha, there's the edit button on my notes. Sorry, you said it was, what color did you say it was specifically?
Alternating, somewhat chaotically, between violet and auburn.
Cool. Okay. I will communicate that information to the group. And just say, seems familiar, but I don't know if I've got anything like brilliant to add.
As you study the portal, it seems to, I wouldn't say like call to you, but it seems to certainly provoke your curiosity, especially Abigail's curiosity. This is,
I'm obsessed.
This is
This
very
gonna
clearly
put me
the
on the map.
origin of, if not everything that happened here, this could be the very answer that you were sent here to find by Alphonse's summons. But if it is not the very answer itself, it's certainly the most striking piece of evidence that you found since being here of what may have actually transpired.
I'm taking notes furiously, by the way. Like, I'm detailing everything about it.
It's at this point I'd like to throw my sword in the portal.
You may throw your sword towards the
What an
portal.
excellent experiment.
I'm trying to think if this even really requires a roll. I mean, it's.
I mean, I walk right up to this thing. I don't care.
Wait, no, don't get within 20 feet of it.
I think maybe you get a little closer. And which item are you throwing?
I'm throwing my my
longsword?
bonded longsword.
Yeah.
I'm staring at Vlad, taking notes on his physiological changes as he approaches past the event horizon.
Yes.
I think just as a gag, Vlad will kind of look back at Abigail doing this and take one more step forward and go, my freaking lungs.
His lungs are falling out of his mouth.
Oh,
tell
they're
me more,
filled
tell
with
me more.
pixies.
They're
How
filled
could
with
this
pixies.
happen?
Oh no!
I'm just joshing you, and he just throws the sword.
I'm looking at like the charred shadow corpses, and I'm looking at blood.
You throw the sword.
Mm-hmm.
The sword spins, gleaming in the air, end over end, and it passes to the portal, and it seems to ripple in midair, and you almost see for a moment two swords. As your vision goes double and you see two swords, suddenly you see no swords.
As soon as he saw the two swords, he would attempt to call his sword back.
You can do that as an Eldritch Knight, and
But only if I'm on the same plane with my weapon.
you raise your hand to pull the sword back into your grasp, and your hand is just outraised expectantly, empty.
All right, so I figured out some things. I don't have much in the way of the book smarts, but wherever I am, I can call my. It's like this, and he raises his hands, and he summons his great axe, and he goes, "I could have left this all the way back at the diner, and it would still be here, but my sword there, it's not here, so it means it's on another plane most likely."
Extraplanar transportation.
Charlotte.
I knew it.
And Alphonse. Really everyone, but the two of you specifically, the sense of dread within the pit of your stomach that you suppressed now that you've assessed that this room is not immediately terrible, returns. And it returns strongly as a purple glowing aura starts to bloom right between the two of you. And you see the horrifying, shimmering skull of a skeletal wraith that rises through the floor, entering the chamber as if awoken from some long slumber.
Oh my goodness.
I'm going to pause for a moment before Charlotte
Runs away.
and
Let me
run
just
away.
skip back a little bit here.
I see what you tried to do there. This is the creature that has risen between the two of you.
That's so cool.
It is unpleasant to gaze upon, and I will say that you. Let's see. I need to.
I don't know. I think I'd have a pretty good time gaying on it.
You might.
I'm so sorry. Are we playing
Ugh.
music?
Ah, okay. I didn't know what that was going to do, but
Everybody dies.
the horrifying form comes up through the floor, a miasma of light and energy swirling around it as this terrible creature turns and looks at all of you and assesses the situation. Just as you have enough time to realize that this is a bad situation, it gets worse. Because its twin, suffused with auburn energy, rises from the far side of the chamber to join its sibling as the two wraiths confront you for having awoken and disturbed their rest. I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative, please.
We're all gonna die!
Hey guys, I found the pantry, I think. There's like some canned foods here.
Maze, you turn around just in time to realize that not all is well.
Oh my gosh.
I need some...
Good thing I have my spirit here. Steve, save me!
I hope you guys are ready for maximum stupid.
I have a very bad idea.
Don't
So
try to wrestle one.
Hey, Charlotte, you and I might have the same idea.
I think we might. Just know
Vlad.
it. Just yeah, it's fine.
Lay it on me. What
We are not going through that portal yet.
Oh, yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we are. Yeah, we are. 100%. Yep. That's where we're
Listen.
going.
I need to measure it first. I need to take a sample.
Listen, even before these two things came, Vlad's next move was, well, I gotta go get my sword now.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just running for it. I don't even care.
Oh my goodness. Well, Vlad, it is your turn. Despite the alarm of your companions, you are free to make your own decisions.
Yeah, 5, 10, 15, yeet!
Oh my god.
All right.
I accidentally put down. That was my bad.
That is okay. That is okay. All right, Vlad.
Yeah,
You get to the portal.
yep.
It is the anomaly is fairly small at this point.
Okay.
Why is it
You
I
need
am
to
going-
try and force your way through.
Well, I'm trying to force my hand through first off.
Okay.
Uh,
You-
Go ahead, I'm
you-
sorry.
Yeah, you can do that. You can thrust your hand into the portal. You feel almost, you feel as if your arm is alive with sensation, almost as if it's burning hot and freezing cold at the same time, but you're not sure what to make of it. Your hand is gone completely tingly, and you lose sensation for a moment.
All right, while my hand is in the portal, I would then like to summon my sword with that hand.
Hold on a moment.
Huh. Sticks his arm through the event horizon.
Actually, I need 2 of those.
Forgetified.
Listen, I'm the fighter of the party. I realize it's my job to do dumb stuff
Vlad,
with my HP.
you feel the hilt of the longsword materialize within your hand, barely. You've lost a lot of sensation in your grasp right now, but you feel it. You are grasping your sword.
All right, so yeah, that's my bonus action. I'm gonna look at the rest of the party, and who in particular? Oh, Charlotte is absolutely in the shit. I'm gonna kind of bang my sword on my shield, and I'd like for my action to use the help action, and say, "All right, water's fine. Everybody in the pool."
Nice.
And that is, I'm going to use for my help action. I'm going to give Charlotte the gift, not of hospitality, but of passage. So now, until my next turn, Charlotte's movement speed increases by 10.
Ooh.
Nice. Very nice. One thing I needed to do on initiative count 20 here that I failed to do, but it shouldn't change your actions too much, Vlad. Does someone want to flip a coin for me? Anyone volunteer?
Sure, I'll freaking do it.
I don't
It
have
can be a real
coin.
coin. Doesn't have to be in Foundry. Just I need
I don't. Who keeps coins by their computer?
So I actually have a bunch of custom D&D coins that I use for my campaign.
Yeah, I got my Wakanda Forever coin.
Nice. That sounds like a good choice. Just flip it and let me know if you get a heads or a tails.
All right. I got heads.
Okay. In that case, the portal blooms with auburn energy, growing more significant and intensifying in glow. You also observe the auburn-colored wraith enlarge in size as its violet counterpart shrinks slightly.
Oh, this is not freaking good.
Oh.
Wait. What happened?
All right, so portal changed the shade colors of the red one. Red one gets swoller. Purple one gets weaker.
The portal is no longer oscillating chaotically between violet and auburn. It is now solid. It is now auburn, and the auburn-shaded wraith has enlarged in size.
Boy.
Vlad, can you still hear us? Where you like?
Yeah, I think I can hear you.
Okay.
A lot of whooshing sounds over here.
Any other action that you want to take on your turn, or can take on your turn, Vlad?
No, I use my bonus action to summon my sword. Use my action for the help action. I use all but 10 of my movement. So that's gonna be it for your boy.
All right, Maze, you are up, sir.
Oh no. You said there was like a miasma that was coming around these guys.
There is a sort of aura of dread that they seem to have. They emanate light, but it's a light that has a certain wrongness to it.
Okay. Gosh. Are we going through the portal, or are we staying? Because
That's what I'd like to know.
So I think we should regroup by the portal, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I put my hand in it, and it kind of sucked.
It did. We're not going through.
okay.
Let's get over here and see what happens.
What's the? I feel like this is gonna end up being Maze's like common question whenever he's casting. What's the ceiling look like?
Okay, good question, and an important one to address. This chamber has a very tall ceiling. Much like the dance hall, this room spans both the first floor and the second floor to a degree of the house. although perhaps not quite as lofty as the dance hall, probably about a 15 feet up to the ceiling.
Okay. And no view of the sky through it?
Does Moo Man even say you need to view the sky?
I'm
not
thinking of
sure.
bigger things.
Oh, okay.
Let me check. Let me check and see. There is... So it's perhaps a little indirect. The closest thing to outside that you have is several windows along the right-hand wall that are covered with heavy curtains. Here. Some of the curtains are like blown and torn off, letting some amount of light in, and another over here.
Okay.
But there is no gap in the roof. It is a hole.
It's a hole?
There's no hole. There's no hole. It is complete.
Like not HOLE, but WH.
It is unbroken, the roof.
Sorry, no thunderbolts.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I could hammer on the ceiling a couple of times and then make a hole, but we'll be. So 5, 10. Okay. Maze is gonna then cast Aura Vitality on himself.
Solid choice.
And so this is gonna move with him.
Okay, nice. I think what I'll do, if it's okay with you, we'll just remember that things within 30 feet of you have this benefit, rather than visually track the template. But yes, definitely we can do that.
Yeah, and then he's gonna look at Alphonse since he is within the radius, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to just, bolster him and heal as a little storm starts to build around Maze.
Nice.
Thank you.
So your healing is nice roll. 11 points of healing for Alphonse. And that brings us to Abigail.
Okay. I heard get to the portal. So Abigail is going to, let's see, how far she can go. Right behind Vlad. Whoa! I think, wait, let me double check to look at her movement. Yeah, her movement is 30 feet. Take that, dwarves. Now, what do these little ghosties look like they're doing? Are they paying attention to us?
Yes, very much so. They have awoken with a purpose, and you sense a sort of primeval enmity to their approach here. They don't appear in the mood to reason or...
Okay.
They are just acting on destructive instinct.
Got it. And Vlad, you put your... What's going on with the portal? Are we going through or no?
So I'm thinking that's the last case scenario, so we should be close to it if we end up not being able to take these things.
Gotcha. So like pew pew pew, but if it gets messy, we just hop through and just like...
You just yeet. I gotta tell you though, it's like bathing in icy hot. It sucks.
It didn't feel like familiar. It's not like the Fae.
Oh no, it's not. It's absolutely not the Fae. Whatever.
Okay,
Yeah.
icy hot's not good.
Well,
Not
there
good,
are other
right?
planes than the Fey. I mean, the Feywild's not that great. They're trees that talk to you. It's the whole thing.
I point at Steve. Come on, I know.
Poor bastard.
Look, he's grumpy all the time. Every time I summon a fuming Fae, he's just so mad to be here. But that's why I love him. All right, I'm going to cast. I think what I will do is my only damaging spell is Ray of Frost, because I am the utility caster. So I'll cast Ray of Frost on the big one, the one that is vibing, the Auburn one.
Yeah, the one
Well,
that's vibing. Got it.
Yeah, I just want to do a little science
Yeah,
experiment. and
little,
see
little
what,
test, little experiment.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to see
Make-
what happens when I attack that one with a 26.
Excellent. That definitely hits.
Okay. It's going to have a reduced. It's 11 cold damage plus a reduced speed by 10.
I think. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it takes. It is resistant to cold, I'm afraid. So it takes 5 points
Don't have any other damaging spells. That's okay.
of damage, and it does have a reduced movement speed. Well done.
Okay, does it behave in any way that would cause... Because, again, I'm kind of observing. It's the same color as the portal behind me. I'm trying to gather information. Other than taking the damage, does any other information appear?
You hear an electrical buzzing almost when the ray of frost strikes the creature. Like almost as if something is sort of drilling into it, and you hear it coming from both the creature and the portal.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's so... I'm like writing this down. Okay, I'll keep a note of that. And for Steve's turn, Steve is going to phase step behind this violet one and flank it with Charlotte and make an attack.
Awesome. Love it.
Okay. And we're going to pay attention to what happens. A nat... Okay.
Go!
Go.
That is
All right.
Fifth nat 20 of the night.
You are like you're not going to get any for the whole rest of the campaign or something.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Abigail
All right,
Abigail's a sweetheart. Abigail is my sweetheart. Okay, critical hit. You're gonna take 8 points of piercing and 11 points of
piercing and
force.
Okay. I have some news for you.
This is why I did this attack.
Yes,
I'm
experiments
trying
are
to-
happening.
Yes.
It does suffer some amount of damage from the piercing, which amounts to 11, rounded down because it's not magical.
You mean piercing was 8? The piercing damage was 8.
Plus 11, plus 3.
Plus the 3. The 3 modifier is part of the piercing part.
Oh,
Yeah, so,
okay.
So 11 half down to 5 points of piercing damage. However, the 11 points of force damage get absorbed directly into the creature and seem to do nothing at all. It's as if it just absorbed that force into itself.
Fascinating.
Did it heal?
You're not sure.
It didn't take any damage to begin with. Well, no, it did take
a little damage to begin with. You're not sure what the consequences of the force piece were.
This is
It
my
definitely
experiment.
didn't hurt it. You can know that much for sure.
Gotcha.
Then you dealt with piercing, got immediately healed.
Yeah. I don't know why I said that. I'm drinking. What is this called again? Pot Still Reserve. It's very, very fancy bourbon.
Oof. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Alphonse.
Look at this bottle.
Well, Abigail, unless I don't know if there's anything else you're doing on your turn.
I think that's my turn.
All right, Alphonse, you are up.
I'm gonna look at both of these terrifying wraiths and utter the words, this time stronger. Kite.
Oh my goodness, which one?
Both of them, because it's on 3rd level.
Ooh!
So
All right. I regret to inform you that they have advantage on their saving throw. But they both fail. They both fail. Very impressive. All right. In that case, Yeah. Let me see. All right. They are, in fact, both going to use a reaction. Well, you know, I think that's a little cheap. I think it's a little cheap for me to roll the saving throw and then also do the reaction, because the condition of the reaction would be when the spell is cast. And so knowing that they already failed, I think is a little bit too... I think that's a little cheesy, so I'm not going to do that. They failed their save. You're doing blindness?
Yes.
Okay.
I guess... I don't know if I want to move. Yeah, I'm gonna back away a little bit and see what everyone else does. Yeah, I think that's all my turn.
All right, the Auburn Wraith is going to assess that it is blind, but it has a sense of where things are.
Yeah.
It has just become blind, and it is going to swoop determinedly towards the portal with 10 feet of reduced movement speed. That means it is a little bit short of reaching you, Abigail. So that 10 feet of reduced movement speed was pretty clutch. So it's going to have to use its action to dash in order to get on top of you and Vlad, but that means it sacrifices its opportunity to make attacks.
It's so big.
Do you want your familiar here in the turn order, or do you want your familiar kind of staying out of this?
My familiar can't. I don't think it can attack. I think it's just hanging. Yeah, my familiar is not involved in any of this.
Okay.
It's
that
gonna
brings
hide.
us to Charlotte then. Charlotte, you are unfortunately in close proximity to the Violet Wraith.
Oh, I sure am. I would like to use my special skill of mirthful leaps.
Ooh.
To dash. I know I have an extra 10 feet of movement anyway, but I would like to haul extreme amounts of ass over to the portal.
It's great that you can find laughter in times like this.
It's important to keep, positive mental attitude is really, it's important. I've been watching a lot of Ted Lasso, so.
Yeah. The power of positivity.
It's that. Also, I'm trying to move my guy. There we go. Come on, bud. Yeah, so I'm gonna head over up here. And that's my movement. I would like to do something strange and weird.
Love it.
I'm gonna yell, "Oi, Vlad, you might want to duck back there." And then I would like to shoot a sacred flame into the portal.
Ooh. That's interesting. Yeah, I'll figure out a way to figure out a way to allow that. I mean, I think normally Sacred Flame would kind of need a target that you can see as its focal point. But who am I to say that you can't try and do that on the portal itself? I think you kind of have to maybe nominate the portal as your target, perhaps.
Sure, I'll say that I'm targeting the portal itself. I just want to see if anything happens to the Wraiths, if that happens.
It's a fair question. I'm not sure what to do in terms of a saving throw here. The portal isn't really able to actively defend itself, especially
looks like
not.
Somebody doesn't get a saving throw.
Yeah, sure.
How does a portal dodge?
Your radiant energy, kind of this beam of radiant, and it is radiant, right? Sacred Flame?
Yes.
This beam of radiant energy comes into the Auburn portal, and it seems to almost sort of harmonize with and I don't know that I'd say strengthen, but it's certainly this radiance just gets eagerly gobbled up by the portal.
Charlotte looks slightly disappointed.
I'm thinking the Auburn one is radiant and the Violet one is necrotic, but that's just my hunch.
Yeah, something like that. All right. But yeah, I'm gonna post up here, and then that will be my turn for right now.
Okay. the Violet Wraith is going to make a pair of blind attacks against the Fey spirit that's next to it, I guess. It senses that something's there, so it will attack with disadvantage. At least
got stabbed by it. So.
yeah, it kind of has a sense that something's there. Natural 1. So that means that the Fey Spirit can use a reaction to attack if it wants.
Hell fucking yeah, it is. Steve, you do your thing. He does it very begrudgingly. Fuck, 15?
15 hits. These are large creatures that are not heavily armored.
All right, he's gonna take 4.
7 piercing, 3 force.
Yeah.
That is going to cancel out. It gobbles up the force energy eagerly.
Does it look like it's benefiting from this force energy?
It looked like it may be benefiting from the force damage.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
That is fascinating. Very
It's going to make a second attack against the Fey Spirit. A 17.
It does hit.
Which will deal 18 points of force damage to the Fey Spirit.
Gotcha. Okay. He's kicking quite well. So yeah, thanks for the temporary hit points, by the way, Vlad.
It will kind of try and move over top of the Fey Spirit and just get closer to where it knows some other enemies are, even though it can't see them. And then at the end of its turn, it's going to try and save against the blindness condition, which I believe is Constitution.
Yes.
16 saves. It is no longer blind.
That's not good.
As
Uh-oh.
it makes it sort of...
Wait. Oh, never mind.
All
I
right.
was gonna say I should have advantage against him if he's blind, but I hit him anyway. It doesn't matter.
That actually is true. You would have had advantage on the attack.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I'm sorry about not recalling that.
No, that's my fault for not being smarter about
Let's
that.
see what this does. Ooh.
I love that. Let's see what this does. Music goes.
All right, top of the round. Vlad, before we come to your turn, I need to let you know about something that happens. The portal is fluctuating dramatically, and in its aperture, you see a brief, and I guess Abigail and Charlotte, you would observe this as well. You see a brief flicker of movement. The portals shift and ripple. The suffusing auburn orange light suddenly backlights the silhouette of a figure that approaches seemingly from within the aperture. The face and the body of the figure are contorted and twisted by the shimmering effect that you can't quite make out what it is, but the figure's hand is extended, palm upraised, and it almost seems from its manner that the figure is shouting, but the voice on this side of the portal emerges distorted and strange, echoing, overlapping as it calls out to you, and it says, "Hurry! It won't hold for long." And just as it says that, almost as if it pronounced its own doom, the portal itself shifts, becoming violet in hue as the auburn wraith decreases in potency, and the violet wraith enhances in its own power accordingly. Vlad, it's your turn.
All right. I'm gonna look at Abigail and Charlotte and go, you guys caught that, right?
Eh.
I think we got adequate data. Let's go.
Yeah, just 1 second. I'm gonna again do that bar thing where I kind of get in front of Abigail and Charlotte and I'm gonna hit this guy with my axe. I'm assuming this one is still blind, right?
It is still blind. Yes, the auburn one
that-
is still blind.
That would be advantage for moi. So we're gonna go ahead and do that thing.
Yeah, very nice. A 20 is a hit for sure.
Cool.
15 points of damage as your axe kind of grinds into the wraith, and you hear this kind of electrical buzzing almost as like you're ripping away part of the wraith's essence. Oh, critical hit! Woo!
There it is.
All right, so yeah, go ahead and roll critical damage plus any fun riders that you got.
You've got to be
Ooh,
kidding
that
me,
is
right?
that is the swinginess of the great axe, my friend. That
I
is the-
hate it so much.
That is the swing, the good and the bad.
Ah! Okay, and for my bonus action, there's really nothing I can do. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to position myself so that I am the tastiest thing in this guy's
Oh, you are so tasty.
You probably
Point.
are, for sure.
yeah.
Which brings us to Maze.
Maze is gonna look over at Alphonse and be like, "You good to make it over there? Or do you need help? I mean, I got a couple ideas.
I just nod.
You good? All right, cool. Well, here, and he's gonna heal him for another 2d6. Gotta scroll up to where I left the spell. So another 4 hit points to you, and then Maze is just gonna turn into a monkey and start running across the room.
What?
Is the
It was the
manor?
ape.
Okay, this is via wild shape.
Yes, yeah.
Cool.
So he turns into like a little dark blue furred monkey with little storm, like little lightning bolts that run through the fur.
Maybe I can do like
A
a.
little monkey elemental.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll do a wild shape there.
Oh my god, I lost my view of the room.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry. Let me give you your vision back. Sorry
I
about
like how your bottom is like bright red.
that. You're a red-butted baboon. Except you can be whatever sort of monkey you want. That's just what I have on hand.
Alright, and then...
Eyes up here, everybody. Quit looking at those cheeks.
Look, I can't help it.
he's just gonna run 30. And yeah, those bonus action, and move. I am good.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm assuming that you can. Is this the movement path that you took?
Yeah.
Okay. The wraith will swipe out at you as you pass.
Okay. This is why I shaped.
11. Probably
Uh,
misses, actually.
I have a
Pretty
12
amazing.
AC.
Oh my gosh. What? You lucky. Alright, whatever. Whatever.
You lucky monkey.
Whatever. Okay. Anything else on your turn?
No, I've used everything.
Alright. Abigail.
I feel like as Maze is turning into this monkey, her owl familiar is screaming and like flying circles around him because they're friends.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going in the portal, right?
I mean,
Right?
yeah. I mean, I think, yeah, that's the plan.
She just dives
The
in.
portal has just shifted to this violet hue, which was different than what Vlad had explored before. And the figure that had silhouetted itself within the portal is no longer there.
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I understand why this is happening?
You certainly may. Although I
Is-
would probably
is
rule that
Violet-
your action.
Oh.
Well, maybe that's a little harsh.
Panic.
So I think
don't worry about it. Do your study, and I'll just fight this thing by
instead of
myself.
costing your action, let me tell you what you get with your passive Arcana, because it's quite good passively.
Okay.
Without spending an action, you would get the sense that there are two twinned and offsetting aspects of this portal, different sides to it, perhaps, different flavors of the energy that it emits, and different perhaps destinations of where you would end up if you were to go through. The possibility strikes you in this moment as you're thinking about diving through that you might risk separation from your allies
Okay.
if you were to end up in different aspects of whatever lies beyond.
So I will relay this information to the party, and I will say, jump through when it is Auburn. Hold. It's very unstable.
You would have the words to relay that to them.
Yeah. Abigail would say it way better than Scarlet. So I guess I'll hold my movement. Can I hold my movement to like move?
You can hold a move action. That is something you can do. Although,
as far as Vlad is protecting us from this big boy, right?
you sense that it may be several seconds before, based on how long it was.
I'm assuming
Auburn.
it's at the top of the initiative.
Mechanically, yes, but in character, you think it will probably be several
So
seconds.
am I
before.
noticing like a pattern? Like it's a what? Like it's an
It
oscillation.
is. There is a somewhat of a pattern. It's not
Okay.
exactly rhythmic, but
Okay, it's an oscillation. So what I want to do then is I want to get my friends over here as fast as possible. And Alphonse is my schoolmate, is so far away.
Don't worry, I'm good.
You're good? You can travel?
you don't know
Okay.
that though. I mean, he
Yeah.
thinks he's good, but he might not be good. You know?
Okay, I'm gonna take the dodge action because I'm waiting to run through this portal when it turns Auburn.
Okay.
But Steve is going to he's flanking this thing. For science, he wants to hit it again now that it is quote unquote empowered.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Steve just wants to attack it. It has the flanking. Wait, it's
in
going.
order to have flanking, Steve would have to kind of move to get opposite Alphonse. But
Can we say that I did that?
Yeah, you can
and
certainly do that.
can I say that he face stepped to do that so he could get advantage?
don't see
It's
why
his
not.
bonus action.
Yeah,
Okay,
might as
cool.
well.
So 23.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. What happens with a 2 piercing 4 force?
The force damage is greedily absorbed, and it
Okay.
appears as if this creature in total takes no damage at all, as if whatever it would have suffered is more than compensated for by the force damage.
Excellent. Good to
Steve is not
know.
making any headway here, you don't think?
It's a lot of headway. This is scientific experiment and study. I'm like writing it down in my book. Steve, you're doing a great job. And Steve looks back at me and goes, "Fuck you."
Yeah, failure is the essence of experimentation.
Mm-hmm. Steve is gonna do one more thing. Steve. Jesus Christ, that sound.
Sorry.
Steve is gonna take a couple steps backwards.
Okay.
Does that invoke an attack of opportunity?
You already used it.
He did?
This Wraith already used its attack of opportunity, I believe, when Maze walked away.
Gotcha. Okay. Then Steve took a step back and then he's gonna step back.
Okay.
It was a bait. He was trying to bait. Yeah. He was just-
Alphonse,
Okay.
you're up.
I'm going to. Yes. Simply. I was gonna Misty Step, but I think I can just walk on over. I might dash.
That's what I was trying to do for you. I was trying to clear the way.
I think that was 60.
Was that an action to dash?
Yeah.
Okay, you dash away from the Wraith. Anything else on your turn?
No, I don't think so. I'm gonna save my points.
Okay. The other Wraith, who it looks like I forgot to make a roll to see if it could shake off the blinded condition. Do you feel like giving me that in retrospect?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
That would have been for last turn. I didn't roll for the Auburn Wraith.
Absolutely.
I'm curious to see if it's still blind or not.
I just love the idea that like Maze is running
it
as a
is still
monkey
blind,
and Steve
so-
blasts past, Alphonse blasts past him in a
The
row.
Auburn Wraith is still blind, so it is going to make 2 disadvantaged attacks against Vlad.
Let's do this. Let's freaking
You think
1v1
this
this
is very
thing. Let's go.
unlikely to succeed, and you've avoided a natural 20 there.
That's
Oh.
my avoidance. Yeah.
You know, it's going to fling its arms about. You know what? It's going to make 1 attack against Abigail just to keep things a little interesting.
Why?
Well, you're there too. You know, it's kind of
but
flailing around.
Vlad is
with
this
its paw.
big fighter who's
He's blind.
between
He's
us.
blind. He doesn't know what he's
He
hitting.
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
I'm
The Wraith doesn't know where
tiny.
anything is. This one's at you, Abigail.
I'm safe. He does not
A
hit
13.
me. Screw
The
him.
Wraith is flailing blindly.
You know what
and-
happens? I have my mage shield on, or mage armor on. He
Yeah.
would have hit me if I didn't have that on. So he swacks at me, but my mage armor, like a force field, goes
Like a ding.
yeah, and I go.
Sorry
You know
about
what-
that. I thought I was blocking all of them.
You know what the Wraith? You know what the Wraith says? The Wraith says, "Bwah."
You're sick.
I feel
And-
very afraid. So.
I'm so scared. Look, Abigail is not brave.
Really
And
surprised there's
Nothing
no,
more
like, fear.
terrifying than a dubstep
It's going
Wraith.
to. It's going to move kind of to try and get a different angle, seeing that its attacks were unsuccessful, and it will, at the end of its turn, try and shake off.
Seeing
No.
that its attacks were unsuccessful.
Uh,
Seeing.
Assessing that its
Ass-
attacks were unsuccessful.
me.
It will.
I don't get an attack of opportunity off that because he's still. A
No,
combat
it's still in base to base. with
Yeah.
you, so no.
This guy is trying to bait me into another misuse.
Okay, it shakes off the blindness at the end of
Uh-oh.
its turn, so it now it sees you.
Abigail's like,
Charlotte, it is your turn.
Okay, so are we going in the portal? What are we doing here with this guy?
Okay, Professor Charlotte. We go in the portal when the portal is auburn, red, orangey. It's violet right now, so we gotta be ready. If we go in now, it'll send us somewhere else. We need to go in when it's red.
Right, I was definitely paying attention. All right.
Of course you were. You were my best teacher. I
of
admire you
course.
so much, and I hope I am like you one day. Oh my God. Will you sign my yearbook?
I would be, and she wells up a little bit. Absolutely, oh no. But
'Kay,
like
but when
not
we're
right
safe.
now. Yeah.
When we're safe.
Can I throw a? Actually, that's perfect. I'm gonna turn around, and I'm gonna throw. Actually, never mind. That's not how math works.
You're so smart, Professor Charlotte.
I know, right? Okay, this is really silly. Can I cast snare and try and snare the Wraith so he can't come any closer to us?
You certainly may.
Yeah.
That sounds clever. Presuming that it is a viable. I will caution you
Right.
about snare.
Okay.
I've fallen into this trap before. It takes a long time to cast.
Does it?
Frustratingly long. It takes a whole minute. To
Oh damn.
snare.
Yeah.
Which is a really frustrating thing about that spell, because it would be so great if it didn't.
God, I am useless this round.
I mean, just so you guys know, I took the dodge action my last move.
Yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna, cause like the portal works both ways, right? Like I could go into it from like behind. I hear it now. I regret saying it that way.
We don't know.
I think
I'm literally look. Abigail's literally just
You can
waiting
try
for it
anything
to turn
once.
red.
Yeah. All right.
She's
I'm
gonna dive in once it's
just
red.
hold
She's
your
waiting.
action to go in. 'cause
Yeah,
you're
I'm just
really
gonna. Yeah,
late.
I'm gonna hold my action. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Are you gonna hold your action or are you gonna take the dodge action? Because movement is not an action.
So you can do either. You can because there's the dash action, right? So the action that you could hold is the dash action.
Yeah.
It does give you a way to move once certain triggering conditions are
Because if you
met.
don't get in the portal immediately, that arcane wraith is gonna get you.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm just gonna set myself up for success in terms of getting into the portal. That is what I'm going to do this round.
Okay. You prepare to leap. It is the arcane wraith's turn. It is going to surge over towards Mazriel. And as it passes, it will make 2 attacks against you.
Oh, hi, buddy.
A natural fucking 1. I'm trying to make these things like really menacing and like
They are.
dangerous.
I'm so scared.
And
Can we
they
all
get
make an
monkey
attack?
sweat. I'm getting a little
opportunity?
bit sabotaged in my efforts to make these things really dangerous. We're gonna go again though. That is a 13.
A 13 does hit.
All
Am I
right.
gonna punch it because it?
You can
rolled a
try,
natural 1?
but you suffer 31 points of force damage.
Jesus.
Wait, that's a critical hit. It's
Yeah,
a-
why
Oh,
did it get...
no, yes, I misclicked. Thank you. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's only 17. It's only 17.
I'm still a monkey.
It's only 17.
My heart stopped. I was like, good thing we're running
Maybe
away.
I may have shape changed you into the wrong thing. You said monkey, so I was thinking something like very small. What were you intending to wild shape into?
It's the ape. It's a CR 1/2.
Okay, ape. Gotcha. That's not what I did. Let me make that happen so that you have the right stat block.
But also, critical strike is pretty scary.
All right, minus 17. So you are
You
in
would
fact
think,
still
except when I do it.
an ape, which is very frustrating to this wraith, who's going to continue its movement up to.
Hit him!
Yeah, I'm gonna punch it.
Monkey sweat.
Oh, did that not? That just. didn't
Sorry,
multi-attack.
just use the
Just
the
hit
fist.
once.
fist attack
Oh, there
under
we
your
go, okay.
inventory.
Does multi-attack is not like for NPCs
Not for
and
attacks of
characters,
opportunity.
not attacks of opportunities.
Yeah,
That's what I. That's the
18 hits though. Nice.
Okay. Where's the damage?
It's on the check card.
Whatever. 1D.
The fucking
I really like that sound. That sound makes my brain go burn.
It does. I feel like we're
Brain goes
like
burr.
about to like we're at a dubstep like rave right
Yeah.
now.
It suffers 4 points of damage. These wraiths are not really messing around, but at the top of the round, the portal oscillates.
Yeah.
The balance of the wraiths changes, and through the portal, you see the silhouette of the figure once again,
Time to go.
continuing to shout, almost as if this person didn't realize that they were interrupted in the first place. The figure on the other side of the portal, their voice distorted and shifting, calls out and says, "I can help you. Come through. It's safe here. You must come through."
Oh Lord.
Totally feel safe.
I
Charlotte,
think we should just
is this
do
the
it, yeah.
condition that you had been holding your action for?
Yeah.
Go,
You-
go, 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 go.
You have the moment. You may always reconsider, but if you wish, you get to go now first, if you want to.
Yeah, I'll mirthfully leap into the portal.
All right.
La 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 la.
Let's see. As your body contacts the portal, a strange numbness shoots along your limbs, and for a moment, you're unable to decide if you've touched something way too hot or way too cold. You feel as though you're being pulled by a tremendous amount of force, stretched by some unseen device of otherworldly torture. And for the briefest of moments, you feel the urge to scream. And I'll come back to you in a moment as Charlotte disappeared through the portal. Vlad.
Can I get vision back, please?
Oh,
Yeah.
You're perfectly fine.
Alright, freaking, yeah, I know what I'm supposed to do here. It's the be in the wall thing. Alright. So, whoops, sorry. I am going to, for my first attack, I would like to grapple Abigail.
Wait, no, I gotta help my friend get through this portal.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm gonna toss her into the portal.
Abigail, you are perhaps getting tossed. Do you want to try and prevent this from happening, or
Okay, so
do you
Scarlet's
use Vlad's
goal.
wisdom?
So Scarlet's goal is to go into the portal, but Abigail was planning on trying to assist Maze, her weed dealer, into getting into the portal. I would like to do a opposed grapple for the
Also, if you
story
don't
of
want
it.
this to happen at all, like, I can call this off.
I
I
think
just thought it was funny.
for narrative reasons, I want this to happen.
Okay.
I just want to roll to see how it ends up.
We'll let the dice
happening.
decide. Yeah,
Yeah,
you can
let's-
roll athletics, or Abigail, you can roll acrobatics if you prefer.
No, I'll
And-
roll athletics because it's
Okay.
like the same. I'll do it with disadvantage because I was not expecting this to happen. So I'm surprised. I think this is so funny.
Holy!
Just narrowly, Vlad manages to wrangle you.
I think the last thing he says is, I'll get everybody over there. So that was the first.
Are you just putting her through, or are you also going?
Oh no, I'm just tossing her through.
Okay, Abigail. You collapse. You collapse through the portal, your body being squeezed into realms beyond, and you
I
disappear.
feel like I take a vial out and go woo, and then jerk the vial, just hoping I
Might as
catch
well
something.
enjoy the ride.
No, I'm trying
She's
to
trying to-
capture the essence of whatever I'm trying. I don't
Collecting
know. if it works.
samples, yeah.
Yeah.
Got it. Vlad, anything else on your turn?
Yeah, for my second attack, I'm gonna attack the big guy, and I'm gonna look at Alfonso and go, "We don't got freaking all day." All right, so here we go. We're gonna do an attack now. You would think I'd be better at this by now, but here we are. 1 second. So sorry. Action.
I'll show you something that'll really help you. Is for stuff you frequently use, like your axe.
Oh, I can put it into the.
You can drag and put it on your hotbar, so it's always handy.
See, that's what's up. That's pretty freaking cool. I just have to find where my sword is.
On your inventory tab under weapon, you can get it there, or you can put it on your hotbar.
Like it's all grayed out for some reason. Oh, I see why. Because I did a dump. Don't worry, don't mind me. Okay, cool. So here we go. Attack. Normal.
Ooh, I'm afraid a 10 misses.
I would like to use my last.
Oh yeah, your feature, your
Feature to
Fortune.
bump that up to a 13.
Fortune from the many. Is that the one? Nice. All right.
I don't know if a 13 will hit, but I've got to try.
13 is its armor class.
Oh, let's go.
Well struck. That's your second really clutch use of that +3.
Fucking clutch.
So
We
8
all
points
love
of
that.
damage.
8 points of damage. All right, down to 4.
And
And
then
then what?
I think this is the first time that he's actually taking a step back long enough to look at the field, and he realizes there's a freaking monkey. And he's like, after he hits the Wraith, he dead ass just kind of has the axe hanging on his side, and he goes, "Am I freaking saving the monkey too?" And that's my turn.
Are you staying? Are you staying where you are?
I am staying where I am. I look like a nice, healthy snack for these things to eat up on.
Alphonse says it's an ape.
Maze, what are you doing?
He is going to rush forward and I'm going to try to avoid Does it look like I can pass under the really big guy?
Perhaps while risking some retaliation.
I mean, I'm fine with retaliation.
Yes, and it looks like you could kind of move between them, yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna try to avoid the left guy and rush under the big guy, and then tackle Vlad through the portal.
Okay. The tables have turned, Vlad. You now are the one coerced here.
I think he was determined to try and save everybody, so I would definitely do a opposed athletic check. But Scarlett had a brilliant idea because I did not expect this. I would love to roll that at disadvantage if I could.
Sure. Yeah, you absolutely may. And then Maze, you can roll that using your baboon or your ape.
Oh yeah, I'm not beating that monkey straight.
24. What?
That's one big old monkey right there. Let's go.
You just shove Vlad back into the portal. Vlad, as you twist in space and disappear and fall through the portal, you feel as if your body contorts and twists, it stretches. Shrouded magical energy swirls all around you, and it's almost like you just get squeezed into a two-dimensional Vlad, like you're a cardboard cutout as you are pressed through the aperture of the vortex and you disappear from view. Maze, anything else on your turn?
Because that only used part of my movement. I used the last 10 to go through, and I'm gonna go backwards through the portal and just give the deuces on my way out.
All right, this ape is gonna hit you as you go, or try to.
This ape is gonna hit
you? Or the Wraith, the Auburn Wraith with a 17. You suffer 21 points of force damage.
So I am Maze again.
So you suffer two as the ape, and then 19 as Maze. But as Maze, with that heavy blow to the back of your head, it's almost like you're gonna go through the portal of your own volition, and then this thing slams into the back of your head and punches you through the portal, and the pain of the blow intermixes with the uncomfortable sensation of the transit itself as you disappear from view. Abigail.
Okay, so I know I'm through the portal, but Steve is still here.
Abigail is through. Yeah, so I would say
Steve is still here. Can Steve do some stuff?
Once you lose connection to Steve.
No, I wanted Steve to help us through the portal.
I would say that under these circumstances, you lose connection to Steve.
Please tell me, does Steve and my familiar, do they come with me or do they stay?
Your familiar can, because you can kind of call the familiar to you.
My familiar comes with me. Is Steve fuck, poor Steve.
You can bring him back. You can bring Steve back whenever you want.
No, you don't understand. Every time I pull a new Fey in, it's a different guy.
Just call him Steve. It's the same.
They can all be Steve.
Yeah, we just call him Steve. Poor Steve.
Steve number 343.
Maze never actually learned their names.
Steve's gonna die, or he might go back to the Fae. I don't know what happens to them after I summon them. Okay, I guess, yeah, deuces. Woo.
All right, that brings us to the Auburn Wraith, I believe.
I hope not, because I'm easy.
Oh, yes, sorry, Alphonse.
But yeah, I guess I'm the last one, and I just sort of take a slow step to the portal and look out onto
The Violet Wraith. Was it the Violet Wraith next to you or not? Where did you start?
Right
Okay,
here.
yeah, no, it wasn't. Go ahead.
Just look back to the horrifying wraiths, but I look past them to the dining room itself, and despite feeling terrified, I have this like feeling of conquering this place, and just step in.
Ooh. Getting smug, are we?
Bring my childhood fears in.
You step into the portal, and like the others, you experience a sensation of unpleasant transit. And something changes very dramatically for each of you, one in turn in the order in which you proceeded into the portal. And we'll take a moment and handle this accordingly. As the world around you undergoes a dramatic transformation. Tumbling through silence, all around you, you spin out of control. An inaudible wind tears at your clothing and at your hair as you topple through oppressive nothingness. After a time, an indiscernible amount of time, perhaps. I just closed my own journal entry. Way to go, Andrew. Way to disclose the thing you were just reading. After an indiscernible amount of time, a whirling of autumnal colors and strange oppressive light fluctuates before your vision. Like paint being spread upon a canvas, you watch as the colors around you brighten. As though the sun had just risen behind a great mountain and the world becomes painted as if a dream. The whirling autumnal colors fluctuate, and a strange sense of peace consumes you as you're beginning to question how long this might go on. Suddenly, unceremoniously, you feel yourself stretch and tumble, and you're hurled from the portal in a clatter of limbs, equipment, and furniture that scatter out of your way as you're sent sprawling into a room that is novel and unfamiliar to you. Let me bring you over to this environment where you now find yourselves.
If this is the same shit but backwards, Charlotte's gonna do a dance. It's like a fucking I told you so dance.
You arrive in a large and comfortable parlor, a room that feels as if you perhaps have seen it before, but not. This is the perfect place for guests to relax and socialize and wait to be seen. And judging by some wear and tear on the furniture, it seems as if it served that purpose many times before. A massive carpet rests in the center of the room, hosting a worn but finely made snooker table, set up and waiting to be played. The couches and stuffed armchairs invite you to sink in and relax while observing the strange and beautiful art that hangs upon the walls. Padded benches line the wall, giving space for an audience to listen to someone play an ornate grand piano in the alcove. In the room, there are two other figures. One, a small goblin gentleman, dressed simply, holding a cloth over his arm, seemingly taken aback by the sudden arrival of guests. The other individual, however, is one that immediately catches your eye. This gentleman looks like someone that you've seen before.
Oh,
Although perhaps differently, in a different context.
Mm-hmm.
And this individual seems less shocked, less surprised by your arrival. He says, as you almost tumble into him and slightly cause him to stagger backwards, he gathers himself and regains his composure and says, I didn't expect the tear to send you directly to me, but it's probably best that it did. I am Usk, head butler of Raventree Estate, valet to the lord of the manor, and the person who was trying to get you here to begin with. I cannot possibly thank you enough for listening to me. I am in rather desperate need of your help.
Where are we?
Maze goes and lies down.
Yes, but please, make yourselves at home. You've been through somewhat of an ordeal, I think.
Where are we?
Why, this is Raventree Estate, of course. Home
No,
to the Corvinaris family, but
we
Right,
went
but-
through the portal. Where are we?
When are we?
It's a better question.
well, I can't say exactly for sure what happened, but we are in a somewhat different place here, you see. The sun rests ever on the horizon, just moments from sunrise or sunset. There's no way to tell one day to the next. And yet, here we are, the manor intact, at least in part. I wasn't present when it happened, but this is Raventree Estate, rightly so. I know that this place is some true, but also not true reflection, perhaps, of the manor that we came from. I believe that we are situated now, and I say this with some confidence, in the plane of fairies.
I look at Vlad. We are in the Feywild, you fucking liar.
Well, perhaps this is in fact a place that does bustle with life and activity, but also with chaos and difficulty, as of course the seneschal of the house is doing her best, bless her, but she is but one person without aid of her lady or her champion.
Who is the seneschal?
Oh, why, Mistress Sadia. She is a stalwart beacon of order in this swirling chaos.
Hold on, I want to take notes. Sadia?
Yes, I will put the name in chat.
also,
Thank you.
can I
Thank
can I
you.
vibe check this guy? I'm not liking the cut of his jib.
You may certainly. You're interested in in an insight check.
Yes, with my -1 on
Yeah.
insight. I
Is
would
there
like-
what in particular are you trying to get a sense of whether he has an ulterior motive or is trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
trick
just
you?
trying to. I'm just feeling out like. I just want to see if there's something that he's dancing around or not telling us.
And
Mm,
what
okay.
was Sadia's title?
Seneschal. I'll put that. I'll put
So I bet you that Abigail knows what a seneschal is, but Scarlet, the player, has no
As
idea.
a seneschal would be someone responsible for tending to sort of matters of organization of
Like
the
a
house,
qu-
kind
like
of
a
like
quartermaster or a
quartermaster
head of
or a sort of an assistant, or
Gotcha.
it's not exactly a butler who's more concerned with matters of personal hospitality, but someone who's more responsible for the logistics of operation for the home.
Gotcha. Okay, Sadia, head of household.
Vlad, I would say, let me check something for you.
Yeah, I'm surprised I got double digits at all.
Maze
ever
is just
roll
repacking
expecting
his
to
pipe.
fail?
The individual, Usk, is seemingly fairly young, although as an elf, that is difficult to pinpoint age-wise.
Oh, Usk is an elf.
He has handsome tan skin. His eyes carry a confident intensity. His hair is raven black, kept neat, trimmed to shoulder length. He wears a servant's uniform, which is somewhat dated in style, although it is punctuated by a rich and vibrant cloak that is accented with thick black feathers, clasped with an ornamental metallic bird skull. His expression, his body language is confident, warm, and friendly. He seems a bit energetic, frenetic, perhaps somewhat distractible, easily, not necessarily easily distracted, but perhaps difficult to keep his focus on one thing.
He has ADHD.
Hard to say.
Yeah, okay.
You don't sense a intentional attempt to mislead, but there is very clearly a lot that he's not telling you yet. There's a lot that has gone unsaid in this brief introduction so far.
Does he notice Alphonse? And does he acknowledge Alphonse?
Good question. What's your passive perception?
Not good. Let me look.
Alphonse is staring at the window.
11.
As far as you notice, he takes no particular notice of Alphonse, at least not to any degree that is different than any of the rest of you.
Gotcha.
Can I look at the paintings on the wall and see if I see the same painting that was in the room where we met what's his face?
A great question. You do indeed see the identical painting on the wall. However, this one is not damaged the same way that the one that you saw before was. It is rather whole and undamaged, at least not in that way. It is significantly stained by time, some dirt. It hasn't necessarily been protected or preserved, but it's clear that it's had a different history, although it is the same original work.
Charlotte will kind of like go over to Vlad and like elbow and just kind of like nod up at the painting a little bit.
What the? Oh. Well, that's just one more weird thing. What do you, listen, you guys are you're the smart ones, you know.
As a reminder, this is what you see in the portrait.
Yeah, you guys are the smart ones, so what the hell is happening here? And who do I need to kill about it?
I think we're in an alternative dimension. We are in the same place, but on a different wavelength.
Holy crap, thank you, Secret Fire.
Oh, amazing.
Secret Fire is amazing and
snap.
has gifted 5 subs to the channel. So now you get a little badge next to your name when you chat.
Huzzah!
Huzzah.
All right.
So we're in a alternate.
Question. Oh, question. Does Usk look like a ghosty boy, or does he look
He is absolutely
corporeal?
not a ghost.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to approach Usk.
Okay.
You approached us before, but you appeared as a ghost to us. Do you recall this?
I what?
Yes, we were here, but in a different... It was all decrepit and fallen apart, and you asked us to follow you, but you were like incorporeal, like between dimensions. Do you have recollection of this?
I have no memory of what you describe.
So when
Are you sure it was me?
Yes,
Yeah.
but you asked us to come through the portal. What, from your perspective, what
Oh
did
yes,
that look like?
I did. I urged you to come through when I realized that you were on the other side.
Where is that portal now?
Well, it seems, and he looks around the room and says, it seems to have faded
It was here?
for a moment.
Did
That was
you
a great-
call that portal, or did it just appear?
Oh, no, I did not do anything. I saw it come into being and I peered through and saw the group of you in what looked like the dining room, but it has not been well cared for.
Has this happened before? Portals opening up and people on the other side that you have beckoned over.
Oh, there have been some who have arrived in the past. Sometimes visitors come from far and wide, not typically through portals, though. They rarely stay for long, and none of them have come from, well, not like you.
You seem to be very familiar with the workings of this portal when you asked us to come through.
I sensed the danger on the other side, the Wraiths. I saw them. It is almost as if I knew them, but...
Do you know them? The Wraiths?
I don't think so. He looks genuinely troubled, as if he is questioning and unsure of himself.
I
Hey,
see.
Who's coming to visit? Oh, that's what I want to know.
Well, perhaps I could provide you with some refreshment and allow you to recover from your harrowing journey. I would be happy to tell you all about this place. And as I said, I need your help very dearly with a matter of grave importance.
I look
When
to
you
Professor
say grave importance, is that like a veiled threat? Like you're doing like a funny play on words, or just mean it's serious?
Absolutely
Because
not,
we've
no.
been through like quite a lot this tonight. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna rush
And-
over to my teacher, Professor Charlotte. Sorry, every time they say Charlotte, I think they're talking to me.
Mhm.
I think we should listen to what they have to say.
You get the sense that
I don't think he knows what's going on.
you get the sense that he's actually embarrassed to have he's a little embarrassed by his choice of words and the implication that he might mean you harm, and he visibly blushes and seems to kind of lose his way for a moment.
I
Oh
think
no,
we
it's
should.
all right. We just,
I think
yeah,
we
you're
should
fine, mate.
accept the hospitality,
Yeah.
rest a little bit, and then hear what Butler Usk has to say. And an anonymous gifter just
Oh my
gifted
goodness.
10 subs.
Amazing,
to
thank you.
the
Oh,
pod.
snap.
Okay,
Um,
Foundry VTT needs to have sub badges.
Yeah,
This
we
is
need to up our
unacceptable.
Twitch game for sure. We need some. we
This
need
is
to-
unacceptable.
we are correctly called out on that. Well said. All right.
I
Thank
would
you so much,
actually, if I
Anonymous.
could, like to talk to the goblin.
I am very eager for that conversation and for the conversation with Usk to happen. But
It is 9 o'clock.
think
Mhm.
Oh,
is
at the buzzer.
moment. This is the moment where I need to draw this episode to a close because
This is actually a perfect time for
Yeah.
I
Just
think
one
this is
thing.
the right we've been going a while. This is the right time to stop. Usk will have many things to share with you, and you have arrived in, well, it's gonna be weird. So I look forward to next episode where you explore this place and try and figure out what is going on. So thank
Can
you
Maze
all
do one
very
thing
much.
real quick?
Sorry, what's that?
Can Maze do one thing real quick?
You may. Yeah, if there's anything that you guys or ladies wish to express that you are doing at this moment so that we remember next time that you were doing a thing right before the end, please feel free to mention it.
He's just gonna poke Abigail and smile and be like, "Congratulations, you just got summoned."
Oh my
Ah, the tables have turned.
She goes bright red
Yeah.
and starts furiously writing in her journal.
Yeah, then Maze passes out on the couch. That's all I had.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you all for being such wonderful players and characters. Thank you to the audience for following along and keeping us company. We look forward to continuing this journey with you. And yeah, that's all I've got. We can go do a quick outro to say farewell for the evening. I'm Andrew, creator of Foundry Virtual Tabletop, foundryvtt.com, here on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, elsewhere. Really grateful to have this great cast of characters and players to enjoy this adventure with me. And let's start with Noir.
Yeah, hello everybody. I'm Noir. You can find me all over the internet as the Noir Enigma. That's Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Also, please be sure to check out my website, The Noir Enigma. I've got some sweet merch. I run a podcast with my sister called Dungeons and Dragons. I am the host of Gen Con's Table Takes, and also you can find me every Saturday doing a TTRPG talk show with my partner, Morning Ritual. So that's me.
Awesome. Yeah, you are a man of many ongoing active things. Yeah.
That's impressive.
I need sleep is what I need.
And Scarlet.
I'm sorry, did you say Scarlet?
I did say, yes, Scarlet.
Hi, I am Scarlet. I am a streamer that streams Dungeons and Dragons and music. I am a working artist, and I'm also a huge fan of Foundry. It's like the best TTRPG I've ever used, and if you're not using Foundry, I don't know what the fuck you're doing, because it is fucking incredible.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Right? Exactly.
I am
Too kind.
such a fangirl of Foundry. Like,
You're making me all like oosk embarrassed.
that's what's wild to me. I'm sitting here in a freaking D&D group with the creator of the software I use for my actual plays, and he's like, "Oh shucks," and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Well, that's why we make the things, is to play games like this. That's why we do
No,
it.
it's amazing, and yeah, I actually have a couple of Foundry tutorials on my YouTube, so that's how much into
Indeed.
this speed. I'm like all in this BTT. So yeah, that's me, Scarlet. Hi.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Zentt.
Oh yes, hi, hello. I am Zentt7 on the Twitch and Twitter. Currently on hiatus from streaming myself, but we'll be getting back into it in the new year with my own campaign with a couple friends on Saturdays.
Nice.
As well as I'm apparently one of the people who plays a lot of Phasmo on my Twitch, which I found out from my little rewind or whatever. But yeah, I'm a dude. I like Dungeons and Dragons and hanging out. This has been so much fun.
Nice. Well, look forward to episode 3. It's gonna get weird. Russell.
Oh, I'll keep it short. I go by Moo Man. I'm a prominent community developer here on the Foundry community. And yeah, that's basically it. Had a great time.
And last but very much not least, Kate.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kate. I go by Catieosaurus on all the social medias. You can find me on YouTube and TikTok and Twitch, where I will play about half of every game that I start, and then I get bored and give up. I also have an Instagram if you want to see pictures of my dogs. And I have a podcast. It's called Katie and Eric's Infinite Quest, an ADHD adventure. We talk about life with ADHD and depression and navigating life as neurodivergent adults. I talk about mental health in TTRPGs. And I'm in so many games that I don't even know where to start. So if you would like to know where you can catch me on Twitch or Twitter, where I post all of my updates, or you can go to Catieosaurus.com.
Ooh, you have Catieosaurus.com.
I do. I also have mostlypants.com, but it's a very different type of website.
Yeah, two different websites. Both I'm sure are good. Whichever one you prefer. All right. Well, thank you all. You've been lovely. Really appreciate it. Look forward to next time. And with that, we bid you all farewell, good night, and I hope you'll join us next time for Foundry Virtual Tabletop Presents A House Divided. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.